Hey दोस्तों, वेलकम टू रोम्बो फैमिली एंड वेलकम टू अनदर लाइव स्ट्रीम। टेक्निकल इशू के चक्कर में स्ट्रीम बर्बाद एंड थोड़ी सी स्टोरी भी बर्बाद। लेट्स सी। अभी टेक्निकल इशू आई थिंक नहीं आने चाहिए। इंटरनेट इशू, पावर इशू, ये सब होने के चक्कर की वजह से मेरा लाइव स्ट्रीम। चलिए एक नई उम्मीद के साथ फिर से स्टार्ट करते हैं अपना हमारा गेम प्ले जेंशिन के स्टोरी, आर्कन के स्टोरी के साथ। आईपी गेम, अरे नथिंग नथिंग, वो थोड़ा सा टेक्निकल इशू के चक्कर में बंद हो गया था।
Anything else I can?
आ जाना है। ए,
Excuse me, do you sell obsidian?
Why, yes. I've got a chunk for sale right over there.
Perfect. Is that the only one, though? We actually...
That might be tough. Tell you what, I'll take a look through these boxes over here and we'll see what we can find.
Thank you so much. We'll wait here.
Relax. Everything's going.
I know, it's just... I could tell Vichama feels the same way about his friend that I do about Kachina. I hope this chunk Kachina always carries all sorts of shiny stones with her. If I was the one trapped in the Night Kingdom, she'd have a whole pile of obsidian ready in a heart.
Well, would you look at that? I did bring an extra. Here you go, young lady.
Perfect! Thank you.
If you hadn't shown up, these stones would have just sat here collecting dust. Here you go. By the way, I heard you mention Vichama just now. You running an errand for him then? How's he doing? Malco's been...
Do you know what happened between them?
I heard about it in passing while I was out drinking one night. But I don't know all the details. Malco was an amazing fighter, capable of knocking out multiple opponents in a single hit, while Vichama excelled at scouting and analyzing the battlefield. The two made an excellent team, and managed to beat back the Abyss several times. 5 years ago, they both emerged triumphant in the pilgrimage, and were placed on the same team to fight the... But on the eve of battle, the Abyss launched an attack on their tribe, and Vichama suffered an injury to his leg while attempting to rescue someone.
Then what happened?
The team agreed that he couldn't fight the Abyss in his condition. Vichama didn't argue. He knew going to the front lines with an injured leg would make him a burden in battle. So they raised the issue with the PRO Archon, and it's just... Malco and the others ended up facing hordes of abyssal monsters in numbers that far exceeded anyone's expectations. Vichama went into a deep depression after that. He blames himself for everything. Oh, you're not wrong. But it's possible he chooses to blame himself. Not because he did something wrong, but because he wasn't able to do anything at all. I've tried convincing him to move forward, to stop dwelling on the past. But the shadow of Malco's death hangs over him still. The Abyss has caused so much suffering, and some wounds never heal. I wish there was something he could do. Anyway, that's the gist of it. Maybe you could help.
हे आलिया व्हाट्सअप बैक ये क्या बैक आई एम बैक यस मीटिंग ओवर फाइनली सुकून की सांस ले रहा हूँ अरे नहीं 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 मैन अरे उसको अरे वारका पागल उसको किसको मार रहा है भाई ना मुन्ना ना मैं तुझे नहीं मार सकता सॉरी सॉरी मैं तो बस इसे ले रहा था वारका इज ट्विकिंग वारका पागल हो जाता है कभी कभी बेचारा उस जानवर को मारने लगा था यार क्यूट सा पेट विचामा इज हियर फाइनली
Did you get everything?
Yep, it's all here.
I've made all the necessary adjustments, so we're good to go. As agreed, I'll help you find Kachina's ancient name, and then you return. Go ahead. After Malco fell, I scoured the battlefield to see what happened. It turned out he wasn't bested by some impossibly powerful foe. He was dragged to his grave by the sheer number of enemy. If I had been there, I would have been able to sense the danger. I could have warned them not to advance. I've always blamed myself.
आप
for
शायद
what
बहुत
happened.
पीछे हो आने मेरे स्ट्रीम से
But when you told me about Kachina, I realized there's a chance Malco might also be alive, fighting for survival in the night.
But that happened several years
मेरे
ago,
स्ट्रीम
right?
को यूट्यूब को फिर से क्लोज करके फिर से ओपन करना
The Pyro Archon said all life within the Night Kingdom eventually becomes one with the Sea of...
There might not be much hope, but I still have to try. Malco and I promised each other, even if we never managed to root out the Abyss for good, we would fight together until the end.
हाँ हेलिक्स तबीयत
Alright,
खराब था ना
let's get
तबीयत
to
तो अभी
it.
भी खराब ही है भाई
I'll start searching for the conceptualized version of Kachina's ancient name. If you see any fragments scattered around the area, please collect them. Make sure you prepare yourselves for battle. As I said, the stone will link the mortal realm to the Night Kingdom. The Abyss.
वैलोरेंट खेल रहे हो कि नहीं हेलिक्स
Look at that
आजकल
golden thing. It must be one of those fragments Vichama mentioned. Let's get closer.
वैलो कौन खेलता आजकल वैलो वही खेलते जिसका रैंक अप नहीं होता बारिश हो रही थी ना भाई तेरे घर पे
Coming, watch out, everyone!
आप आज आप सैड लग रहे हो यार क्या बात है सब ठीक है
I swear by my sword.
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Going in.
How much longer, Vichama?
Not long. We're getting close.
हेलिक्स साइड नहीं आने, आप साइड हो मुझे लग रहा है।
On me.
ये क्या रिचुअल कर रहा है भाई ये बिचामा? आब्राकडाब्रा आब्राकडाब्रा। लुक लाइक यू आर सैड आन्या। हिलिस को मावोका से प्यार हो गया।
Take it!
नेक्स्ट बैनर में मावोका आ रही है, वो नेक्स्ट के नेक्स्ट बैनर पे।
I found Kachina's ancient name. Hang in there, Malco. Just a little longer.
Something's not right. The power of the abyss is getting stronger.
मावोका चाहिए हिलिक्स, तो आप जेंशिन खेलो फिर।
The abyss is corroding his body. Vichama, you can't keep going. You'll die.
I should have died 5 years ago. I just need a little more time. Please, I'm almost there. Thank you.
Whoa, watch out! The power of the abyss is strong.
स्पेस दबाना है, कंटिन्यूसली स्पेस को दबाना है, वरना विचामा मर जाएगा बेचारा।
This power.
Hanging in there?
Malco. No, why can't I find him?
We can't wait any longer. Pull him away from the stone, Mualani.
I already tried, but the power of the abyss has him in a chokehold. It's like he's tied to the stone with an invisible rope.
In that case, we have no choice. I'm sorry, Sea Lolly. Get back!
Chaska, wait!
बूम। चास्का ने
Ouch! What happened just now? It looked like the spirit speaker.
The stone's power was spiraling out of control. The only way to stop it was to destroy it. You were all caught in the shockwave of the explosion. You might feel dizzy for a while, but
रोमो भाई क्या बात है,
Give us
लेट
a
नाइट
heads up
जेंशिन
next time, will you?
स्ट्रीम।
You're lucky we
अभी
managed
ऑफिस
to
के
dodge
काम
it
से
in
फ्री
time.
हुआ हूँ फिरोनिक भाई।
I thought I said to get
लेटे
back.
लेटे थोड़ा सोचा स्ट्रीम भी कर ही
Yeah,
लूँ।
barely a second before you made it go
स्टोरी
poof.
कंप्लीट करनी है ना।
Not everyone has your reflexes, Chaska.
आज आप लोगों ने
This
मैं
close
देखा
to getting dragged into
मैच
the
की हिस्ट्री,
explosion.
आज आप लोगों ने बहुत कमाल का खेला
Okay.
फिरोनिक भाई, वेल
I'll be
प्लेड।
more careful next
जी
time.
जी,
At least Kachina's ancient name is still in one piece.
ऐसे ही खेलो।
Vichama!
Vichama!
I couldn't find Malco's ancient name. It must be completely gone by now. Once your ancient name disappears,
थैंक यू की
there's
बात
no
नहीं है फिरोनिक
coming
भाई,
back.
यू डिजर्व।
From the very beginning, I knew
आपने
there was a
उन्होंने
slim
अच्छा
chance
खेले
that
और बाकी टीम ने भी
still-
अच्छा खेले, बहुत ही बढ़िया परफॉर्मेंस
and
अच्छा।
now it's too late to.
Vichama.
I'm sure he's heard enough condolences over the years. Let's just give him some space.
Huh? What's that in your hands, Vichama?
This is.
Hey, Malco. Got any strength left?
रोमो भाई हाउ आर यू आर भाई, हाउ आर यू सैड?
To say a few last words?
नो आई एम नॉट सैड।
Sure. Too bad. No
Yes,
one will get
everything
to
is
hear
good.
them. I never thought I'd actually die on this mission.
आजकल टाइम नहीं मिल पा रहा है
Not
ना,
that I'm afraid to die.
गेम
It's
खेलने का भी
just
टाइम नहीं मिल पा रहा है।
hard thinking about my mom's face when she hears the news.
अच्छा, आपने देख लिया कि मैं थका
Guess I
थका हूँ,
have something
करेक्ट।
to be thankful for then. My parents died a long time ago. They all...
थोड़ा सा हेल्थ इशू है और कुछ नहीं आनिया, बाकी मैं परफेक्ट हूँ।
Pisak! Always had to beat me at everything, didn't you? Right to the end, you...
और फिरोनिक भाई पढ़ाई हो गई आपकी? सोने जा रहे हो क्या? आई थिंक आप बेड पे अभी आए हो एंड फोन खोला।
We'll get to hear our last words. Vichama, don't be sad. Just keep on living.
थैंक्स मच आनिया, यस ऑफ कोर्स। डोंट टॉलीवर सुनते क्या एनीवन?
Was that a memory?
Seems like we were able to
बस नोट
salvage
बना रहा
something
था,
after all.
आखिरी यूनिट बचा है लोल। बना लो नोट, उसके बाद अच्छे से सो जाओ।
Of course. Seeing him,
एक फुल
hearing
एग्जाम
his
के बाद
voice
तो
again,
फिर
it
भाई
makes
अपन
me
बूम बाम करेंगे वैलो पे।
unbelievably happy. But it also brings with it an even deeper pain.
A deeper.
Malco was always the type to put on a brave face. But in that memory just now, his hands were shaking, and his smile was forced. For all these years, I regretted not being able to fight alongside him to the end.
सुबह 6:30
And now
बजे
I know
जिम है। हाँ भाई
At the
डन।
end of his life,
और भाई
he
सब कुछ छूट जाए
was
बट जिम
thinking
ना
the same
छूटे। हाँ
thing.
Bichama.
I'm fine. Actually, I heard Chief Wyna wasn't really on board with your plan to go to the Night Kingdom. When you asked for my help, I hesitated too. I knew helping you find your friend's ancient name meant leading you one step closer to danger, but I also understood why you had to try. Everyone has regrets in life, but not everyone. Once allowed to fester, guilt strips us of our most valuable qualities as warriors. In that sense, we might as well choose the braver path from the very beginning. If I could do it all over again, I would have followed Malco to the front
तो
lines
अनिक
no
भाई
matter
too
what.
intelligent
Even with
man.
an injured leg, there were still things I could have done. That way, even if the outcome stayed the same, I still would have fought alongside him to the end. There are critical junctures in life, and if you don't seize the chance to act, there's no going back. That's something I had to learn in hindsight. But you're still at the crossroads of your journey, so
ओह स्लेव हेरोनिक लोल।
Thank you, Vichama. I feel even more determined now. Kachina will come back to us. I'll make sure of it. I promised I would find her, and I intend to keep that.
that's good to hear.
Once abyssal corrosion enters the body, a portion will fuse itself to your internal organs. Even though the Traveler possesses powers of purification, the corrosion can never be fully eradicated. Thanks to her, though, you are
Damn
only
भाई
briefly
damn
exposed.
BBA damn।
Slowing your breathing and controlling your emotions should help you keep the symptoms in check.
हेलिक्स भाई कहाँ चले गए? स्ट्रीम के मजे ले रहे हो क्या? या चैट के मजे ले रहे हो?
Just speaking from experience.
Anyway, we've recovered Kachina's ancient name, so we're off to a great start. Let's get Vichama back to his tribe and tell one. And apologize for destroying the spirit speaker stone. We had no choice though, so he'll probably.
ऐसा ना कहो, चॉइस तो था बट तुमने करने कहाँ दिया?
Koichi, are you really gonna just stand there like that?
I think you know exactly what I'm trying to say, Uncle Wyna. I can hear it in your voice.
Honestly, it's just one thing after another with you two. They're back.
Koichi?
Don't play dumb with your own sister. You know exactly why I'm. My apologies, everyone. I just need to borrow Chaska for a few minutes.
तो ये चास्का की सिस्टर है।
Me.
चाइनीज नेम ऐसे ही होते
Only
हैं।
just a moment.
Who is that?
Koichi, Chaska's younger
क्यू
sister.
क्यू है,
Although the
क्यूची
two aren't actually
चास्का
related
यंगर
by
सिस्टर।
blood, it's kind of a long story. It's not really my story to tell, but I guess it's not a secret. You see, Chaska was actually raised by cuckoo sores.
कुकू
She was
सॉर्स।
afflicted with a rare disease when she was a child and abandoned in the wild as a result. The Abyss found her out there, all on her own, and tried to devour her. But in the end, all that did was trigger her will to live. That
They are
started the
supposed to
will
be
push
African,
her
I
to
think.
survive.
Correct.
But it also planted a seed of conflict within her. Eventually, she was adopted by the cuckoo source.
अच्छा, adopted sister है।
Getting into fights
तभी
right
तो
and left.
चेहरा मिल नहीं रहा था
For
उसका।
some reason, Paimon can totally imagine.
Well, when Chaska finally returned to human society, it was Koichi's parents who adopted her. At the time, Chaska still had a habit of getting into fights, so Koichi was always taking her around, apologizing to everyone.
Ah, I remember those days. One of those fights was definitely with me. But, you know, kids. You're fighting one minute and your friend's the next.
रोनिक भाई
Eventually,
मुस्कुरा
she
रहे हो,
found a
क्या
way to
बात है?
rein in that desire to fight. And now she's who people call to resolve conflicts. It sounds like she still
जेंशिन
argues
लगता
with
आपको
Koichi,
जमती
though.
नहीं.
Don't siblings usually stop fighting when they get older?
That's partly my fault. Koichi asked me to stop Chaska from doing anything dangerous, but you probably know by now, once Chaska makes up her mind, there's no changing it.
चास्का बड़ी है क्या क्यूची बड़ी है?
No wonder you
आने
tried to
आपने
talk
सुना
us
क्या?
out of going to the Night Kingdom.
रोनिक
Shaska
भाई
even
आपने
said
सुना
that
क्या?
wasn't like you.
I'm all for your adventure. You need to take risks when you're young, because by the time you're my age, you couldn't attempt something like that even if you wanted to. Better try now than live with regrets later. That's what I say. Still, I can understand
नहीं
where
यार,
Koichi's coming
टीटी
from.
क्यूची.
In the end, nobody wants to sit back and let a loved one put their life on the line.
क्यूची कैसे बड़ी हो सकती है? क्यूची देखने में छोटी लग रही है.
All right, it's just the two of us now. You have 1 minute to explain yourself.
I don't have anything to say.
हाँ,
You don't have to
ढक
approve, but
देना.
you should know I only do what's necessary.
That attitude is exactly the problem. It's like you don't care. You try to sneak off to the Night Kingdom behind my back and then play it down as if it's just a trip abroad.
Well, technically I am going abroad, right?
Again with the excuse. We agreed.
C4
didn't we?
चास्का,
There are 4
C4
levels of
क्यूची.
danger. If it's not something urgent, you can only engage in level 2 danger and below. You can only go up to level 3 if a situation is so dire there's absolute. But a trip to the Night Kingdom? If that's not a level 4, I don't know what is. And
What do you mean, sneak into the place? I always planned on walking in there with my.
you bought off Uncle Wina, didn't you? He promised me he'd stop you from doing.
You feel like he went back on his word. What if I told you my mind was made up and there was nothing he could have.
Oh, I knew it! So he did try.
This is important. If you were in my shoes, you'd make this.
You don't know that? I'm a doctor, and I handle
छोटी
logistics.
होती तो चास्का
If you're
सुनती ही
going to
नहीं.
waltz into a dangerous situation where you could lose control at any moment, it's my duty to.
All right, whatever. Anything else?
You. What do you mean, anything
Yes,
else?
आर्या ये भी बात
Why
है.
don't you reflect on what you've done and
चास्का
promise me
चमाट
you'll
मार
stay
देती.
put?
Time out. Is this one of our normal?
Chaska, does it sound like I'm just.
Then. You need to know something. What happened to Kachina was partially my fault.
But the person you become when you lose control, that's also not.
That's a different issue. You said it yourself. A person is only as good as their morals. If I want to live in Natlan, I need to display qualities that make me.
I've also told you that managing your condition is
Sometimes you have to make sacrifices. All right, let's stop this here. If we keep going, I might actually have to get serious. And I think Wina prefers his roof attached to his house.
Is that a
खुश होने
threat?
के लिए आर्या कुछ ना
That
कुछ
sounds like
ढूंढ
a
ही
threat
लेती
to
है.
me.
चाहे वो चिड़िया हो, चाहे वारका जेस्टी की बात कर दो,
Younger
या फिर
sisters are
क्यूट सा
supposed to listen to their
कोई
elders.
पेट हो. ये चीज मुझे अच्छा लगा आर्या.
So, you're really going to
ए
go
हेलिक्स भाई कहाँ चले गए
no
यार?
matter what I say?
वेलो चले गए आई
Support
गेस.
me. I'll be back. All you have to do is wait.
So, that's it. Why'd you have...
चास्का का एयर देख रहे हो कैसे है?
You two are something else.
Something you wanted to say?
I know you aren't related by blood, but you two sure are similar.
Really?
You know, I said
I
that
don't know
very
who all
thing to
those
Koichi
6
not too long
viewers-
ago, and she reacted the exact same way, down to the very
आपको
tone
6
of
दिख रहे हैं, मुझे
voice.
7 दिख रहे थे.
It's not
लोल.
my place to get involved, but I will say this: try to
रेड
spend a
हेड
little more
बैडी
time
है
with your
चास्का.
sister.
रेड
Tough kids.
रेड हेड.
Doesn't mean you have to go it alone.
Thank you.
इसकी जो कैप है वो थोड़ी सी अजीब सी है भाई.
Anytime.
कौवे जैसी.
If
भाई
you're
मेरे
done
को
with the
तो
spirit
तुमको
speaker
वूकोंग
stone,
खेलते
you might
हुए
as well hand
देखना
it
है.
over.
एंड उसमें जब मारो
According to Kinich, it's an
मारोगे,
important
उफ.
ceremonial artifact,
अच्छा
so it'd be safer to keep it with
वूकोंग.
me.
ऐसा क्या?
About that.
If only Tone Deaf Bard was here.
परचेस करना पड़ेगा फिर ओनिक भाई. रुको
Just
ना,
like the Holy
थोड़े
Lion.
सेविंग करके परचेस करता हूँ.
The spirit speaker stone might.
काउबॉय हैट नहीं है उसे, क्रो प्रो हेड कहते।
I see. Sounds like it was an urgent situation. If someone's life was on the line, then you had no choice. Still,
She is a cowgirl, lol.
is going to be a nightmare to deal with now that
Yeah,
you've
yeah,
broken her
it's a
stuff.
W game.
I'll stay safe out there in the Night Kingdom, okay? I'll wait here for your safe return.
भाई W गेम तो ये है अपना GTA। अभी तक मैंने ये टेलीपोर्ट ओपन नहीं करे। सर्च ऑन यूट्यूब वुकोंग ट्रेलर, दैट्स इट आने। Search Wukong on YT. Search Wukong trailer on YT. That's it. आ गई हिलिक्स की मावुका।
Found Kachina's ancient name, too!
Well, it's fairly complicated. Let me give you the condensed version.
The Fatui again? We can't go anywhere without them causing trouble.
But what if the Fatui finds out you've lost your power? Won't they try to take advantage of the situation?
That's why it has to be our little secret. No one else can know, or we're asking for trouble. Look, I wish I could offer you some sort of consolation, but I won't lie to you. With multiple factions closing in, there's nothing comforting about the situation we're facing. Still, all you need to do is focus.
I can also step in on the Pyro Archon's behalf. There's a limit to what I can accomplish, but I'll help you however I can.
There's no need to be so modest, Yan-san. Your incredible strength has long been a well-known fact. You're the pride of your tribe.
Archon, I'm sorry about before. You have so much on your plate. So much that you have to worry about. But all I could do was focus on—
You have nothing to be sorry about. We all get overwhelmed by our emotions, myself included. Your reaction to Kachina's disappearance,
I thought the
understand that
golden
feeling very
thing
well.
on the back of
Well,
her
now that we have Kachina's
hair
ancient name,
has a
let's go track
jewelry,
her down. Follow
but
me.
it's hair dye style. Oh, अच्छा आपको लगा कुछ है, वेयर पहने हुई है कुछ, राइट? Nice place.
What is this place? Hey, isn't that Atea's talisman?
Good eye. This is where I store all the various mementos I've collected.
Whoa. I've never seen this place before. There's so many things in here.
It looks like there are items from every tribe. Collecting them must have taken a lot of effort.
I suppose you could think of it as a hobby of sorts. In
Natlan Genshin का लगता ही नहीं
stories
है.
of
It's so
heroes.
different yet.
And physical items do a far better job of preserving those stories than our own memory. Now, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony, so feel free to take a look around in the meantime.
ऐसे किसी के
If
hair
you're curious
होते
about
होंगे
an
यार,
item,
real
I'm more than willing to
real
tell you
person
about its
के।
origins.
Alright, we'll have a look.
ना भाई, देखो इसके मावका का बाल देखो भाई।
Like I said, I still have some preparations to make for the ceremony,
तो
so
feel
feel free to take a look around in the meantime. If you're curious about an item, I am more than willing to tell you about its origin.
ओके मम्मी जी। Look for the objective. कहाँ जाना है?
Make sure to handle everything with care. This cup, for example.
This
I've
flower
seen
looks like
two-toned
it's
hair,
thriving.
yellow and red, but
He
वो
must be
yellow
good at
detail
taking care of
बहुत
plants,
rarely ही
Archon.
कोई कराता होगा. हाँ, सही बोल रहे हो.
Hey, there's a fishing rod here. It must have belonged to the people of the springs.
That's right. It belongs to a legendary fisherman named Matavaru. I have his entire set of fishing equipment, actually. He and I met in a tavern. He told me about a particular kind of giant fish and his meticulous plan to catch it. In his eyes, I saw a hunger and a strong fighting spirit. To him, the sea was the battlefield
भाई
upon
मेंटेन
which
करने
he
का
staked his
चक्कर
honor.
में
So,
गंजे
did
हो
he do
जाओगे.
it?
The next time I saw him, he was covered in scars. It turned out the fish he sought had been corroded by the abyss. He managed to kill the fish, but sustained a serious injury in the process, which meant he could never go deep sea. Can a fisherman claim victory if he fails to bring back his catch? That's what he asked me in the end.
Well, Paimon thinks he...
That was my answer as well. The experience was far more valuable than the prize. In the end, he didn't want his tools to go to waste. So he...
Wait, that means you also know how to fish.
मेरे कमर तक बाल थे.
Maybe we
आई
can go head to head
लोल
sometime.
रिप हो गया.
The powder still needs some time to settle. So let's wait a little long. Well,
अच्छा मावोगा का तो
what do you
गले
think
में
of my
देखो ये जो
collection?
है नेकलेस
Do you
वगैरह.
feel like you have a better
इसको देख लो
understanding of
स्पाइक है.
Natlan's culture
भाई
now?
ये स्पाइक इसके नेक पे
Each item
चुभते नहीं होंगे
represents a
क्या?
different
मतलब
story.
कुछ भी गेम में
Seems like
दिखा देता है.
Natlan's really been through a lot.
People, not
Does
people.
every
I think
item hold a
only
special memory, just like Atea's
leave
talisman?
it, leave it.
That's right. The items in my collection actually serve a similar purpose to the ancient names passed down among the tribes. They demonstrate the true shape of time.
The shape of time?
Most people perceive time as a linear concept, almost like a straight line that can only move forward. We cannot change the past or predict the future. But there's also a different theory, one that I believe to be closer to the truth. Namely, that the past, present, and future...
At once?
Let's say your journey ended right now. Thinking back on your experience in each nation, which one would you say exactly? Even at the end of your journey,
चलो good night.
things you
मैं सोने जा रही हूँ. Okay,
experienced
good
along
night.
the way
Take care,
don't
Anya.
cease to exist. They become part of who you are. Take out a portion of that journey, and you would likely make very different decisions, and eventually arrive at a very different destination.
Thank you.
The future is the same.
Bye
way.
bye.
It exists even though it has yet to come to pass. We just lack the means to perceive it. Of course, there are those with the power to foresee the future. They simply call it by a different name. Fate. You're quite familiar.
That does kinda make sense. The future hasn't happened, but...
Humanity excels at living in the present. But too often we forget the past and neglect the future, while the pilgrimage and the Night Warden Wars lead us to a better future. Only by uniting the people of Natlan across countless eras can we fight back against an enemy as formidable as the Abyss. To come up with such a set of rules, the first Pyro Archon must have possessed a level of insight I can only imagine. That's correct. At first, he was a mortal man with no special power. After he ascended to the divine throne, he used it to borrow power from the heavens and establish the rules of Natlan, namely a framework through which ordinary people can ascend to Archonhood. By holding the pilgrimage, we're able to determine the strongest among us. And when that person ascends to the divine throne, their inner flame will awaken. In addition, the sacred flame will grant them significant knowledge and memory of this land. After all, that's how I came to know everything I just told you.
So, it all comes down to the power of the divine throne and the rules. Wait, is that a family portrait?
Yes. That's my mother, father, younger sister, and the little saurians we raised. I turned a piece of my dad's leather armor into a canvas and commissioned a famous artist to paint our likeness.
Your sister is so cute! It looks like the two of you are really close. Paimon was having a hard time thinking of an Archon as an ordinary person, but seeing this portrait, it kind of makes sense now. It really doesn't look like there was anything special about you before. Oh, wait, is Paimon allowed to say that?
A little late for that question, don't you think?
Sorry! Paimon's so sorry! Paimon's mouth works faster than her brain sometimes!
It's all right. I'd never get upset over something like that. No matter what others may say, my past is a precious part of my identity. I'm forever proud of the life I used to lead. Becoming the Archon doesn't mean you sever ties with your family. The position just comes with a lot of responsibilities, so it impacts how often you get to see them. My father made the most delicious stew, so my sister would often bring me a large pot of his cooking, and we would sit on a blanket and eat it together. One time, we didn't close the door securely, and the Saurians who were raising ran into the room and knocked over the entire pot. My sister immediately burst into tears. The two troublemakers were going for the meat, but when
Good
they
night
saw
all,
my
only I'm
sister's
here.
distress,
Oh, PGame,
they
are you
froze on
enjoying
the
my
spot.
stream?
I still remember the way they laid there, sulking like a pair of children, even after making such a mess. It was frustrating, but in the end, all I could do was comfort my sister and move on.
Wow.
Isn't that what being a family is all about? I think about that story a lot, actually. As the Archon, I made a vow to defend this nation, and experiences like that, they remind me exactly what I'm...
Well, what happened after that? This portrait looks pretty old. Your sister must be all grown up by now.
I believe she ended up working as an architect and artist. She built many houses and crafted many... Anyway, that's enough about me. Now that the powder is settled, we can begin. Ian-san, Mulani Chaska, place the ancient name up there, and then we'll begin. Surely as the echoes of life resound through heaven and earth, so too shall our stories remain eternal. Ancient name, take us to your fated bearer. Allow her to answer our call.
Am I hallucinating again?
Kachina, are you okay?
Huh? I'm not seeing things, am I? Is the Abyss playing tricks on me again?
It's okay, Kachina. It's just us. We're trying to find a way to bring you back.
Everyone, you have to listen to me. I've been investigating the Night Kingdom this entire time, and I figured out what's wrong. The Wyab is being affected by the Abyss. I was waiting for the Wyab to send me back, but then this really strong monster came in and it almost killed. The Wyab saved me, even though its power is weakening. So I've been hiding from the monsters while trying to find a way to help. The Night Kingdom has become a huge mess, though. I keep hearing these awful sounds and seeing really horrible...
Don't listen to those sounds, Kachina. The Abyss is trying to strip you of your sanity. All you need to do is stay safe and wait for us. We'll be there shortly.
It's okay. I feel so much better now that I've had the chance to talk to you guys. You don't need to worry about me. I've never been strong or special at all, really. So I don't blame anyone for forgetting about me or leaving me behind. Just knowing you care is more than enough. I'll find a way back. You don't have to put yourselves in danger to come rescue me.
You're always like this, Kachina. Now's not the time to act tough. We're coming for you, and that's final. I don't know what lies the Abyss has been feeding you, but I'll tell you something right now. Nobody here sees you as a burden. You're a victor of the Night Warden Wars, a hero of Natlan. All you need to do is wait for us to rescue you, And you'll get all the applause and recognition you deserve.
I'm really scared. Everything's so dark and creepy here. And I want to go home. Still, I don't want you to put yourselves in danger because of me. I don't want to hold anyone back.
All you need to do is place your trust in us, just like you always have. No one fights alone. We're not leaving you behind.
Yeah, we're so close. We can't call it quits now. Be careful.
Looks like we've lost contact. Now comes the most dangerous part. You have to traverse the Night Kingdom in your physical form. This entrance to the Night Kingdom was left behind after an abyssal invasion. Even a brief amount of time inside could expose you to corrosion.
I know. I'm prepared for that
All right. Then I wish you all the best. I'll tell Koichi to be ready just in case. She's very experienced in dealing with abyss. That face you just made. Don't tell me you two got into another argument.
No, I just feel bad for creating more work for her.
I'll go with them too, Archon. The more people, the stronger the party.
Thank you so much for your help, everyone. It really means a lot that you're willing to brave these dangers with me. And there's no time to lose, so let's get going.
Now that I've lost my power, I won't be able to provide much practical support. But I can still keep an eye on the situation from here. Eon-san, I know it's unlikely, but if you encounter a situation you can't handle...
That won't happen.
I hope not.
Here.
So we're underneath Natlan right now? It looks nothing like Paimon was imagining.
That's because in the distant past, Natlan was home to an incredibly advanced civilization ruled by dragons. Humans only established their own society after the fall of the dragons.
So these are Saurian ruins? Wait, you mean like the elemental sovereigns? They had their own advanced civilization.
Yes, a really long time ago. Very few records have survived until now, so no one really knows what the devices here are for. These ruins have been abandoned for a long time, but with the recent increase in Abyss activity, the installations around here have somehow been activated again.
So what you're saying is, we're not in for an easy trip to the Night Kingdom.
No. It's going to be obstacle after obstacle from here on out.
Why are you all laughing like that?
It's the pre-adventure excitement kicking in.
Of course. I'm eager to get started.
Then let's go. We won't let anything stand in our way.
Seems like the road ends here. How should we get across?
As a professional trainer, I think you could stand to build up your endurance, Paimon.
Professional trainer? Paimon thought you were a warrior from the Collective of Planning.
Well, that goes without saying. But I
actually work as a sports coach. I provide professional guidance for many of Natlan's popular sports. And I don't just mean physical training. I design nutrition plans as well.
Ah, so basically no sugar, no soft drinks, no grilled meat.
Yeah, we'll be here all day if you list them out one by one. It's much faster to just focus on what's good for you.
Such as?
Vegetable juice. Want some?
You know, Ian-san, Paimon feels like the two of us might not see eye to eye. Those guys look familiar.
We've fought them before. Let's go. Show no mercy.
Up the ante!
Everybody stand back!
A worthy adversary.
The insubordinate wings of darkness! Come, sever night from... Let's light it up!
Maria sweeping in! Thunder!
Whoa, the place we need to go seems really high up.
I swear by my sword!
Thunder! That's gonna leave us. Up the ante! Thunder!
I'm going in!
Maria sweeping in! No rest for the wicked.
Barbados, guide us.
Yeah. That's gonna leave it. Gotta be.
Teamwork is dreamwork! Shadow Raven, let night fall! I swear by my sword!
Huh? Up the ante! on me!
Everybody stand back! Wind, hear me!
अरे गंजीरी
Maria sweeping in! Up the ante! As you wish, main Fräulein.
I'm going in! That's gonna hurt in the morning. This is the final stretch. We just need to climb up, and we'll be there. Nothing to it.
Easy for you to say.
Yo Shinobu, what's up? Welcome to the stream, brother.
This must be the entrance the Pyro Archon told us about. The one ripped open by the Abyss.
Yes. There's something in the depths of this place that feels familiar, yet also foreign.
We actually have to go in there? Okay, Paimon just needs to psych herself up. Don't push her through before she's ready. Hey! You don't have to drag Paimon! You're pulling too hard!
Looks like we made it. This is the Night Kingdom.
It looks so different from what I imagined in the stories.
That overflow of energy is probably what trapped Kachina here in the first place.
From this point forward, everything we know about the real world no longer applies.
आज स्ट्रीम करने की कोशिश करी पर सॉफ्टवेयर
Paimon's more worried about how we're
रट्टी
gonna make it
निकला
out.
लोल Shinobu.
We obviously can't go back the way we came.
Do you see that patch of light on the ground? It's shining down from that fissure in the sky.
Oh yeah, right in front of us. So that's coming from up there? Oh, it's so high up. Did we really fall that far down?
Just like I said, our real-world knowledge doesn't apply here. We fell all this way, yet came out completely unscathed. If this was the real world, we'd have to climb our way back up to the entrance. But here, all we have
Only
to
you
do
and
is stand
me.
underneath the
हाँ
light and
हाँ
offer a
क्या
prayer.
करूँ अभी?
That's
I
it?
think लेट स्ट्रीम करा इसीलिए सारे बंदे चले गए.
Right. We still got a job to do.
So that means all we need to do is find Kachina and bring her to this location.
Exactly. This light is streaming in from the real world. It's a link between the two realms.
The terrain looks difficult to navigate, and the visibility's not great either. How are we supposed to find Kachina in these
People
conditions?
coming, people going.
Yeah.
P-game
These
भाई.
floating black things don't look super friendly either.
Those are all manifestations of abyssal power. Be careful.
Ghost! A talking ghost!
Host?
Calm down. I'm here to help. You're the ones who helped Vichama, right? Yes, I'm Vichama's friend, Malco. I was completely lost to this realm until I sensed a mysterious power calling out to me. It's like it was seeking me out, attempting to reassemble the pieces of who I used to be. Of course, it could only do so much.
सॉफ्टवेयर कंप्यूटर के बढ़िया स्ट्रीम के पर फोन की टट्टी. अरे फोन पे स्ट्रीम मत करो यार, फोन ब्लास्ट कर जाएगा ऊपर से जेंशिन खेलोगे तो.
Stone hadn't become corrupted by the abyss. We could have, but we had to destroy it. Otherwise, Vichama and his tribe would have been in danger.
Of course. Thank you for protecting him. I never imagined that. Even after all these years, under the power of the stone, it felt like our souls were connected. Turns out even our regrets were exactly the same.
Whether in triumph or death, you want your best friend by your side.
Exactly. That may not be in the cards for us, but
स्ट्रीमिंग के लिए भाई पीसी अच्छा है, नॉट
you're looking for a young girl from
नॉट
the
गुड.
children's record.
फ़ोन तो अच्छा नहीं है.
She's being chased by an embodiment of abyssal power. I'd like to help her while I'm still in this form, so follow me.
फ़ोन इज़ नॉट गुड फॉर
Be
स्ट्रीमिंग
careful.
यार, वरना
This place has
दिक्कत हो
been
जाएगी.
severely corroded by the abyss.
क्योंकि जेंशिन जब खेलता हूँ मैं फ़ोन पे तो मेरा फ़ोन खुद ही बहुत ज़्यादा हीट करता है ब्रदर.
Seething volcano ready to engulf our world at any moment. Ouch!
Quick, get back here. You can't go wandering off. It's too... Stick close to me. My power will be able to ward off attacks for the time being. We won't be able to keep this up. Let's try another route. This way.
मेरा हीट नहीं कर पर सॉफ्टवेयर हक दिया. ये भी सही है.
Not good. More monsters.
We shouldn't waste our time on them.
Barbados! Goodness!
वारका का जान निकल जाता है भाई मारते मारते. इस रूट करके बोला है, देखते अभी कहाँ जाना है. आत्मा भटक रहे हैं. हे साइकी, क्या हाल चाल?
Oh, Paimon can't see anything!
It's easy to get lost here. Just stick close.
वैलोरेंट खेलो और वैलोरेंट को ग्राइंड करो और फिर वैलोरेंट पे हार जाओ. टाइम वेस्ट बहुत होता है भाई वैलोरेंट खेल खेल के. आज तुम लोगों ने बहुत अच्छा खेला यार. वेल प्लेड जी. अच्छा परफॉर्मेंस था.
Did you hear that? What? Never mind. It was probably just my imagination.
Don't scare Paimon
इसलिए
like
कहता था
that!
कि जेंशिन खेले और चिल
I heard
रहो.
it too. It was a voice.
What did it say?
Doesn't matter. It certainly doesn't harbor good intentions.
Paimon just heard it too!
मैं तो पूरा खेला भी नहीं,
Let's
बीती
keep
था.
going! Paimon wants to get out of this place!
अच्छा. ओह कचीना यहाँ प्रीमियर में मारूंगा. वही शॉट चाहिए जो लोटस वाला शॉट चाहिए, एम चाहिए. गाइस डोंट फॉरगेट टू हिट द लाइक बटन. लाइक कर दो और चैनल पे नहीं हो तो सब्सक्राइब ज़रूर कर देना. फिलहाल तो रोम्बो भाई को आप लोगों का प्यार और दुआ और सपोर्ट तीनों चाहिए.
No, honey!
मेरा तो मन भर गया फिर जैसे
Looks
शी,
like our
क्योंकि
reunion
मेरा
will
तो
have to
आदत
wait
है
until we
पता
take
नहीं.
care of these monsters.
पता नहीं जैसे गेम से,
idea.
क्योंकि मेरा आदत है नहीं है. लोल.
Everybody stand back!
On me.
I swear by my sword!
चलो मैं चला सोने. Okay, good night, Saiki.
You're finally here! Thank you so much. That monster can appear from anywhere.
Good night. अच्छी
It
अच्छी
almost
sweet
caught me
sweet
a
निन्नी
bunch of
करो.
times.
अपने देखो.
The YF's power helped keep me hidden, so I just tried to stay out of sight until you got
शिनोबू मुझे बताओ ना कितना परसेंट स्टोरी क्वेस्ट बचा है नेटलैन का.
You did so well.
सॉरी आर्कन क्वेस्ट.
And most importantly, you weren't hurt.
Should we start heading back then?
Actually, I have a request. I can't exactly put it into words, but something's wrong with the Ode of Resurrection. And I know it has something to do with the...
That was the Pyro Archon's theory as well. Everything we've seen
भाई
here
देखो देखो
certainly
कहाँ पे हूँ
seems to
मैं.
back it up.
In the Night Kingdom, there are 6
ये
main
जो मेरी
totems
स्ट्रीम चल रही है
representing
उससे
the
पता नहीं
Wyvern
चल
of
रहा
each
कि मैं
tribe.
कहाँ हूँ.
You can think
कचीना
of it like the
किडनैप हो गई
body
थी
of
और
each tribe.
कचीना को मैंने फाइनली ढूंढ
Additional
लिया एबिस के
portals,
अंदर.
like the ones around here, serve as proxies to which the Wyab can extend their consciousness. There are countless proxies scattered around the Night Kingdom. Through them, the Wyab can extend their consciousness over the entire realm and track down souls no matter where they roam. But if a proxy were to become severely contaminated, then a soul could become lost within the Night Kingdom.
बाहर तो भाई बहुत खतरनाक बारिश हो
Judging
रही
by
है.
the current situation, I don't think we're dealing with just one
जब
contaminated
ट्रैवलर को
proxy.
नाम
Even if
ना
we could drive
मिले
back the abyssal power from one of
टू
them,
अपडेट विथ क्या
that
था.
probably wouldn't even put a dent in the
What you
problem.
saying?
Still, we can't just leave...
Judging by the current situation, I don't think we are dealing with.
I agree. We might even manage to draw out the monster that's been hunting Kachina. Getting rid of the monster might
अबे
slow down
स्पॉइलर
the
मत दे
deterioration of
शिनोबू
the
भाई.
Night
मैं
Kingdom.
बस पूछ रहा था कितना परसेंट आर्कन क्वेस्ट बचा हुआ है इसका.
Kachina? What's wrong?
Nothing. Just a headache. And that boy...
Maybe we really should leave. Kachina's already been here for...
No, I'm fine. I don't... Just up ahead. I'll lead the way. Besides, I can still fight, so please, help me out a little longer.
Listen to me, Kachina. We'll come with you, but that's because we want to help the Y up, not because we have something to prove. You don't have
Okay,
anything
40
to
to
prove either.
50% lol.
It's okay if you reach your limit. We'll be there for you.
All right. The sooner we get this done,
मतलब
the better.
60% और मुझे करना है.
We've already come all this way, so we might as well try to get to the bottom of this.
Let's go. This...
I'll stay here and try to stall the Abyss monster.
All by yourself? That's too dangerous.
It's all right.
नहीं भाई ये स्टार्टिंग का
I
सीन
may
नहीं
not
है.
be as strong as that monster, but I'm definitely more familiar with the area. I don't have much time left. If you're anything like my friend, I'm sure you're not particularly fond of goodbyes. So go. Achieve your goal. And return to the world where you belong.
Thank you मालको.
Thank you for everything.
You're a true hero.
Thank you. No one fights alone.
Yup, no one fights alone.
Does your head still hurt? Let me help you walk.
I'm fine. I'm fine. You should know I'm made of stronger stuff than that. Wyab? Wyab! I'm back! My friends and I are here to heal you. Wyab?
So we were right. The contamination is already too severe. It's preventing the Wyab from answering our calls. All right, get ready, everyone. Time to purge the abyssal energy from this place.
Careful. We've got company.
ये बॉस है.
Already?
You really think that puny soul could slow me down? Courage in the face of futility is pure folly. You tried to get in my way, so I disposed.
You killed Mal?
He would have dispersed with or without me. Rather than worrying about it, you may have defeated others of my kind in the past, but underestimate me now, and it will be to your peril. No, the power of the Abyss is intoxicating. The destruction it seeks captivates like a masterful work of art. I thought this naive little girl was an exception, but it turns out humanity is full of lambs willing to offer themselves up to the slaughter. That is the tragedy of your short lives. You understand nothing of all-encompassing power, ancient names, pride,
Hey, good night, Shinobu. Take care.
all empty ideas invented to give you a false sense of self-worth. They possess no. The Pyro Archon created those grandiose ideas.
क्या बात है आजकल सभी जल्दी सोने जा रहे हैं.
Anything to avoid sharing power. Anything to avoid handing over the primordial gift to ordinary people like you. Don't believe me? Then ask yourself, why is the Pyro Archon strong beyond measure, while you, Kachina,
Kachina! Give me your hand. Feel that? I'm right here.
Thanks, Moalani. Because I'm not alone anymore.
You're right. Maybe comforting ideals don't have any power, but you also couldn't be more wrong. You've never had to work for your own strength, so you will never understand the true source of our power.
What?
The courage we have to stand before you and not back down? It comes from our friendship. The power lies not in the ideal itself, but in our commitment to upholding that ideal, and in our decision to stand together and fight!
Well said!
Tatakai.
Let's go, Kachina. It shouldn't take more than two of us to handle an enemy like this.
Sorry in advance, but you deserve what's coming to you!
There aren't many in Natlan who can beat us when we're together. It's time he got a taste of that kind of power.
Right here! Drilling down!
Check this out! That's the Lorr!
Oh, chill out!
Yeah, let's ride!
Let her rip!
Carving way!
We won! We actually won!
That's what he gets for underestimating you two.
Fantastic work, Kachina! Absolutely fantastic! This makes me so...
I'm happy too, Moalani. Together we really are unstoppable!
Huh? My ancient name is... glowing? But I thought I didn't bring it with me!
It's probably a projection from the real world. But that doesn't explain why it's glowing all of a sudden.
Wait, does that mean you're...
That was a bold move. Diving headfirst into the fire to save your friend. Especially in a place so overrun with abyssal corruption. Still, seeing you pull it off was really something. Everything you said was exactly right. As isolated individuals, we stand no chance against the power of the Abyss. It took years' worth of scars, and lots of unnecessary suffering, for me to understand that for myself. The Pyro Archon's plan will unite us as one. Everyone has a part to play. Only then will we have the power to defeat the strongest of foe. Tupac, a warrior from the people of the Springs. I fought against the Abyss during the invasion 500 years ago.
I've heard that name before. You were the giant who saved all of Natlan.
Since you were able to awaken my words from your ancient name, that means you have fully embodied the aspirations of the Wyab. Under the name Umoja, you shall unite the tribes and save Natlan from its impending doom.
Me?
As long as blood still runs through your veins, even the tiniest spark of steel against stone can ignite a flame. Its blaze will become one with the gaze of all Natlan, even amid everlasting darkness. Our bonds remain eternal.
What's wrong? So many memories. My brain was just flooded with everything he once knew. So that's what happened.
What do you mean? Did you just figure something out?
500 years ago, they foresaw the very crisis we're facing now. Efforts to save Natlan started all the way back then.
We can go over the details once we get back. We shouldn't linger here longer than we have to. I know bits and pieces, but I had no idea Mualani was also part of the plan.
This sounds like something that's going to need a lot of explaining. Let's focus on saving the Wyatt first. Okay, that should be enough. Wyatt?
I hear your voice, Kachina. My dear child.
Great. Well then, I'm afraid it's time to say goodbye. I just wanted to make sure you were okay before we leave, but we can't afford to stay here any longer. I was going to ask why you bestowed an ancient name upon someone like me, but it's okay. I'll keep searching within myself for the answer. I'll never stop trying to improve my strength. One day, I'll live up to the hero you saw in me.
You are already an outstanding child in my eyes, Kachina. No matter what happens.
Huh?
You are all my most beloved children. It has always been my honor to protect and nurture you. Your ancient name is just that. A name. Much like your parents chose to name you Kachina, I also gave you a name. But it need not define you. Focus on who you want to be. You are already worthy of your name. Now, you need only devote yourself to becoming a better you. The story of your ancient name is for you to continue. Just like your parents, my love for you will never change, no matter what the future holds.
Thank you, Wyatt.
It gladdens me to see the Pyro Archon's plan move another step towards completion. But it's time for you to leave this place. The situation here is getting worse. Go now, my children. Save Natlan on behalf of all you hold dear.
I know we've never met before, Wyatt, but I just wanted to say thank you for encouraging Kachina. It was exactly what she needed to hear.
Whoa! What's going on? An earthquake?
We're out of time. It's the power of the Abyss. Quick, we need to run!
It's a Sealy! The Sealy opened the way for us!
You've done well. Now come home.
We're back!
The Pyro Archon saved us.
But she's not here. Yeah, didn't she say she used it all up?
She's still in the speaker's chamber. What we saw in the Night Kingdom was just her consciousness.
So you're saying her consciousness did all that?
Every great display of power comes at a price. You must feel terrible, Kachina. Just hold on. We'll get you to a doctor's. Let's get back to the stadium. The Pyro Archon said she'd have a doctor waiting.
I recommend getting a full checkup, just to make sure no damage gets left behind.
Paimon feels okay. What about you, Traveler? Right. You always seem to do pretty well against the Abyss.
Let's get going. We need to share what we learned in the Night Kingdom as well.
Right. The YUP mentioned something about the Pyro Archon's plan.
I'll let her explain everything. We're all a part of the plan now. Every move we make from here on out will decide Natlan's ultimate fate.
Onwards. We have work to do. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard. Onwards! We have work to do.
Mga tadu, mga tim.
It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. Onwards! We have work to do. It's time to move on. We shouldn't stay here. I do hope the Knights of Favonius are all working hard. Onwards! We have work to do.
There's a lot less stuff here than before.
It's good to see you all here in one piece. I know you must have a lot of questions, but let Koichi check you over first. It's best not to let any lingering effects of the Abyss go untreated.
Thank goodness you made it back. I came here as soon as the Pyro Archon told me about your plan. Take a seat, everybody. I'll examine you one by one. All right, that should do it for now. But just to be safe, I'll perform another checkup in a couple of days. I have to say, though, I've never seen anyone react to the Abyss like you, Traveler. It's like you're completely immune to its power.
She's always been special like that. She can even purify its power. Wait, now that you mention it, Paimon doesn't think she's affected either.
Given the current situation, that ability will likely play a great role in the events to come.
Of course. I still have patients to see, so I'll head out.
Thank you, Koichi.
All right, all right. We might not see eye to eye, but we both had good intentions. Just give it time. I'm sure we'll figure things out between us one day.
Yeah.
All right. There's so much to discuss, I don't even know where to begin. You've seen it for yourselves now. The devastation in the Night Kingdom. I'll get straight to the point. Natlan is on the verge of destruction. It's very possible our nation has less than a year before total devastation.
Huh? No.
That can't be true, can it?
That's right. But I've only ever disclosed that fact to the handful of people working with me to save this nation. Our looming destruction is not a recent development, but the inevitable conclusion of the disaster the Abyss initiated 500 years ago.
Mulan told us a little bit about that.
500 years ago, all the nations of Teyvat were invaded by the Abyss. Unlike the other nations, Natlan never had stable and deep-rooted ley lines, so we suffered the worst of the invasion. The battle against the Abyss was exceedingly long and brutal. In the end, victory came at the cost of our civilization and countless lives. Even then, it took centuries of solving the disasters caused by the Abyss to finally achieve the peace we know today. And still, this is but a superficial victory. The forces of the Abyss have merely been driven back underground. Their threat to Natlan remains as real as ever.
I'd never have guessed.
The problems plaguing the Night Kingdom are all the more complicated because that realm is essentially functioning as Natlan's ley lines. Immediately after the war, our calculations estimated that we would have a maximum of 500 years before the Night Kingdom was completely lost to the Abyss. But at that time, we were a nation of the destitute. Our people no longer believed in victory, nor did they hold hope for the future. Our civilization was dying, our faith crumbling, and the line of power passed down from the Wayab nearly severed. If we didn't bring the nation back together, it would be foolish to even dream of defeating the Abyss in the future. So, the Archon had a long and involved discussion with the heroes of each tribe, and finally came up with a 500-year-long plan to save Natlan.
So that's what happened. After finding Kachina, I encountered a strange figure who gave me a series of new memories. Since the plan was mentioned in those memories, I guess I've been chosen to play an important role in it. But there's still something I don't understand. Those memories showed me the Pyro Archon from back then. And it was you.
Huh? But that doesn't make any sense. The Pyro Archon is supposed to be human. It's impossible for a human to live that long.
That's right. The hardest thing for humans to overcome has always been time. Or rather, the natural limitations of our lifespan. A god can extend a human's life by using a certain amount of divine power, or subjecting them to a curse. But, as we all know, Natlan doesn't have gods like that. We can only rely on our own methods. A human life is like a flame destined to be extinguished. 500 years ago, I placed my life within the sacred flame. Only by dying before my time could I have the chance to wake up again.
So, in other words, this is your second life?
Yes. We only managed to defeat the Abyss all those years ago because the tribes came together as one. If the Natlan of the future was to have a fighting chance, the Pyro Archons that came after the war had to rebuild the decimated tribes. The goal was to reunite the people and restore the strength of each tribe's Wayab. Once a tribe was back to its full strength, the tribe's Wayab would select a hero. The chosen would then stand by my side in defense of our nation, just like great heroes of old.
So that means I'm...
That's right. You bear the ancient name Umoja, the same one held by the hero from your tribe 500 years after your adventure in the Night Kingdom. I trust you've come to fully understand the meaning.
So in other words, you always knew who the Wayab were going to pick from each...
Yes. According to the plan, each tribe was supposed to have been fully restored by the time I awoke. But the 6 heroes successfully inherited the ancient names from 500 years ago, but the intel regarding the plan wasn't passed on to them. Once again, it comes down to the deterioration of the Night Kingdom. Communication between the Sacred Flame and the Wayab has been blocked.
Just like how the Ode of Resurrection failed to bring Kachina back.
Exactly. It's just another tactic the Abyss is using against us. The Abyss may not possess intelligence, but if we want to unblock that information from being passed on, my presence alone isn't enough. The ancient name-bearer must establish a greater connection to their name. So, I've tried my best to help them from the sidelines. Currently, Shalonen of the Children of Echoes, Kinich of the Scions of the Canopy, and Iansan of the Collective of Plenty have all been acknowledged by their names. During your adventure, you too earned the acknowledgement of your Wayab Mualani. In the process, you gained the memories stored within your name.
But we have less than a year!
Yes, but we have no choice. We cannot start the plan until all the heroes... That's also why I haven't been able to take action despite the urgency of the situation.
But if you knew this whole time, why didn't you just tell me about my role in all this?
Perhaps, but the opposite could also be true. Knowing your destiny too early could mean failing to realize just like your determination to save Kachina. I hope your commitment to this endeavor comes from your own strength of will.
So I suppose you're not going to tell us who the final two heroes are then?
That's right. Their time is yet to come. Putting pressure on them beforehand will only hinder their development. I can only trust in the judgment of the Wayab. I have never believed I could solve this crisis alone. In fact, it was precisely because I chose to trust and rely on others that we managed to get this far. Natlan's salvation lies not in its Archon or any singular individual, but in us all. You're quite perceptive, aren't you? I thought I might get away with a...
Huh? Oh, right! All the stuff you...
Even though I sacrificed my power, I still needed a contingency plan to ensure you would make it back. After all, I was the one who allowed you to take that risk, and Mualani has an important role to play in my plan. In addition to their sentimental value, the items I stored here held a much more important purpose.
Fuel?
Yes. The stories embodied by those items are certainly important, but there's an even more significant trait they all share. Over time, they became imbued with a certain amount of contending fire from being carried, and on their own, each item's power is limited. But together, their combined effect can prove quite... By burning those items, I was able to activate the contending fire stored within them to open the boundary between... It was a rather crude approach, so all their power was depleted in an instant, as...
But weren't they all precious treasures?
That's exactly why I dragged you all here. No matter what.
You have nothing to be sorry for. You all deserve my thanks, actually. If you hadn't saved the totem pole, that area of the Night Kingdom would have been forever lost, and then it would only be a matter of time before the Children of Echoes was met with disaster. Besides, when those heroes entrusted their belongings to me, or the Pyro Archon of their time, it was out of a desire to contribute to Natlan's survival. If they knew those items helped save the present-day heroes of Natlan, they would not mourn their loss.
Even when you put it that way, I still feel...
There's no need. Remember, the people and the events of the past are never truly lost to us. We simply carry them with us in a different form. In that sense, if you still have regrets, let them fuel your resolve in the battles to come. Your deeds will become new legends and nurture new forms of power just like the items once stored here.
Well, we'd still like to return the favor.
Well, if that's the case, just treat me to a... Now that Kachina has returned, we can finally hold the victory feast and celebrate your team's triumph, and we could all use the rest, that's for sure. Plus, you'll be able to silence everyone who doubted you once.
Still, now that I know the danger...
Try not to let it get to you. It's important to stay calm. Worrying about it will only affect your judgment. All right. You should head out. I'll...
When I was young, I used to sit by the hot springs and listen to the stories of warriors from all over Natlan. They attract people from all walks of life. Friends come easy here, no matter what tribe you're from. The people of the Springs have never claimed the hot springs as their own private property. They are there to bring all hot spring buddies together. It's been really nice, seeing the children of my tribe get older. It's helped me gradually understand the true value of the springs. I've witnessed their energy, their determination, their absolute passion for life. Even when they cause trouble, I never managed to hold on to my anger for long. It's unbelievable how quickly they worm their way back into my good graces. I'm certain Mualani will become a great warrior when she grows up. She possesses infinite potential. I can see it. One day, when I'm no longer in fighting form, I'll come here and tell stories to all the children, just like those warriors did for me. So you better get busy, Pyro Archon, or I'll end up running out of stories.
Our nation is engulfed in darkness. Our tribes stand divided, and yet you promise victory in the distant future. The Abyss is a cunning enemy, one that I faced in battle many times. Were that not the case, I would never understand exercising this degree of caution. My rage will never know absolution, and my power will no longer aid you in victory. But you came to me because you knew you could convince me with just a single I understand your choice. The heroes of today will forge the path ahead with blood and fire. Just remember, otherwise rest assured, I'll find a way to collect the debt. For Natlan.
So, you're gonna head 500 years in the future to serve as the Pyro Archon again? But what about the you from right now? You're just gonna die.
You can't ask her those questions and expect her to answer, my dear. The decision is hers to make, and she deserves our support. We will do everything we can to rebuild the tribes. Don't you worry. Even across time, we will all do our part to fight for Natlan's future.
Yeah, Mom's right. We'll always believe in you, sis. Seriously though, Dad should be here. Where is he?
I imagine he didn't know what to say, so he chose not to come at all. Don't take it to heart, my dear. That's just who he is. Just remember, no matter what happens in the future, we will always love you.
I'll come find you one day. I know I can't live that long, but I'll think of something. There has to be a way for us to meet again one day. If there's an answer out there somewhere, I'm gonna find it. So, don't forget about me.
If that's your decision, then you have my full support, Archon.
May our children live to see such a lovely son.
For Natlan!
No one fights alone.
The rules are my legacy. They shall grant us the strength to overcome the next tragedy.
War forged the 6 tribes, taught us how to fight, instilled in us what it means to love.
Who will be the one to bring this to an end?
We are the inheritors of memory and legend. Those who grew alongside sun and wind. Those who forged our own destiny and future. That is Natlan's fire. The lifeblood of our nation.
You here for the victory feast too?
Oh, no. I knew Chaska would be here, so I just came to deliver some medicine. I was about to leave, actually. It's not that I don't want to celebrate Kachina and the others. I'm so glad she made it back. It's just... well, I'll make things awkward if I'm around my sister right now.
Ah, well, you two had a fight, so Paimon can understand.
She didn't cause any trouble during your trip, right?
Yeah, she was super helpful. She gave us a lot of useful information about the Abyss.
That's good. That's all I needed to know.
Is there a reason you asked? You were pretty outspoken when we first met, but now it's like you're holding something back.
Maybe it seemed unreasonable, picking that fight with her before you left, but I did it for a reason. Her impulse to fight is extremely strong. Her mental strength helps her rein it in, but she still loses control sometimes. I had no idea what you might face in the Night Kingdom, so I didn't want to take any chances.
So what you're saying is...
Okay, so maybe it sounds a little stupid, but it works pretty well. It helps her keep her cool for a little while, at least. Anyway, I'm just glad you were able to make it back safe and sound. That's all I wanted.
But do you really have to go that far? Can't you just talk it out?
No way. Chaska never opens up about her own pain, especially to her family. She can't learn about this, or it'll be even harder to help her. I appreciate the understanding, and don't worry. I'll find a way to help her ease this burden. Anyway, I need to get going. Enjoy the celebration. Oh, and if you ever need a doctor, you know who to find.
Huh. Who would have thought there was a deeper reason behind their arguing? In the end, it's all the Abyss's fault. Paimon's had enough of them.
Let's give a huge round of applause to our brave young warrior, Kachina!
Woohoo! Well done, Kachina. Thank you, everyone. I'm so glad I finally made it.
I always knew you could do it. With so much potential at your age, you have a great future ahead of you.
You're one to talk. Don't think I didn't know you were the first person to abandon your team. I'll be dealing with you when we get back.
I had no choice. My friend invited me. I couldn't just say no.
Oh, really? So you weren't just trying to get ahead in the first round?
I wasn't, I swear. I just happened to find that bearer injured in the wild, so I stopped to bandage his wounds. When he insisted on repaying the favor, what was I supposed to do? I'm just one person. I figured Kachina would have no trouble replacing me.
But the fact of the matter is that after your departure, everyone else started thinking about swapping teams too.
I'm really sorry, Kachina. It was wrong of us to abandon you like that.
It's amazing that you still made it all the way through to the Night Warden Wars. That's the highest honor.
So, what about you guys? Did you make it far?
Our team captain drank too much the night before the competition and turned up late to the stadium on the day. We got disqualified.
Serves you all right. No sympathy from me.
All right. There's no need to be like that, Uncle Pakal. Dear friends, I'd like to say a few words. Firstly, I'm grateful to my friends and our great Archon for helping to bring me back. This traveler and her companion Paimon are some of the strongest people I've ever met. If they were allowed to participate in the pilgrimage, I have no doubt that they'd win the whole thing. They've agreed to let me learn from them. With their help, I believe I can become even stronger still. And let's not forget my good friends, Moalani, Chaska, Kanich, and Dion-san. They all helped the Traveler and Paimon figure out a way to bring me back from the Night King. They too deserve to be called our heroes. So, please give another round of applause for them. Thank you so much.
Well said!
I'll drink to that. How does it feel being a hero, Kachina?
To be honest, it's a bit overwhelming. It all just feels so surreal.
Well, you better get used to it. Next up, undefeated champion!
Hey, please don't make fun of me.
Ah, you're here. Have some fruit juice. I got it specially for you two.
How did you know? That's Paimon's favorite!
You look like you've still got questions. Ask away. Because they had their own lives to live. The thought of telling them, abandon your families and everyone you love, and come with me, you could just as easily point out that everything... Imagine if I said, let's leave right now, and go save the sun because it'll flame out in a few million years. It would sound quite ridiculous. I couldn't make them shoulder that burden with me. Besides, every generation will have its heroes, this one included. The plan could still work without them, or, of course, without me. But since I was the one who came up with the plan, I felt duty-bound to see it through to the end.
Suddenly remembering that portrait in your room. Was that your family from back then?
Yes, it was. So when you asked me who my sister grew up to be, the truth is that very little information survives. From what I've been able to piece together, I can conclude with a reasonable degree of confidence that she ended up as an architect and artist. She played an instrumental role in rebuilding the scions of the Canopy tribe, designing and building many houses. But of course, none of her buildings are around anymore. Still, it was an impressive achievement, and I'm very proud of her. You feel loss keenly. It seems to stir up feelings of regret in you. But this is something I have long since come to terms with. This is a war, and there can be no war without loss. I am already far more fortunate than those who lost their lives to the Abyss. The people of Natlan look to me as their Archon, and the weight of their expectations is mine to bear. I must see our fate through to the very end, no matter what I may find there.
Yeah, doesn't that mean the way everything ends has already been written, including your plan?
I suppose, but so what? Don't forget, time takes many forms. The past, present, and future coexist. Even if the future ends in destruction, there's still no reason to give up on the here and now. And it's precisely because we humans cannot know our fate that we will never give up on our struggle. This is a pivotal moment. We are still 2 heroes short. Well, 3, to be precise. There's one further hero who I'm hoping to get on my side. Whatever it takes. Your resistance to the corrupting power of the Abyss is truly remarkable. It would easily make you an all-important figure. If you agree to join us, you will not only gain my full support in your journey, but I will also forge a brand new ancient name for you.
Ancient names can be...
They can. Several strict conditions must be met, but if they couldn't be forged at all, then the number of them in circulation would have long dwindled to 0. Possessing an ancient name would mean that your adventures in Natlan are recorded in full. Your stories would be remembered by our people for all the years to come. The Ode of Resurrection may have temporarily lost its power, but still. Take this as my personal guarantee that I shall never let you fall. Just like in the Night Kingdom, I will be there for you. That is a promise I will fulfill at all costs. This nation always honors its heroes.
Yeah, we can't just ignore the situation here.
Wonderful. Then I'll reach out to Shilonen right away. She's the one who will forge the name. We've never forged an ancient name for an Outlander before, but I trust she'll find a way.
My lord, we've received word that the Pyro Archon has lost much of her power. Although your injury complicates things, this is most certainly the opportune time to seize the Gnosis.
Victory and defeat are rules, not outcomes. I have never taken advantage of an opponent in a time of weakness, and I don't intend to start now. As for you, I must confess, I did not expect that little trick of yours to save the day.
No matter how dense the fog, as long as the sun remains, we cannot turn day into night. She could have dispelled it. She simply chose not to. You don't have much time, and you're injured on top of that.
I'm beginning to see just how useful you may turn out to be. You heard something from here, didn't you?
Oh, something else you'd like to ask? Well, our intel suggests he hasn't made any new movements yet. Although Kenichi's investigation helped us confirm that he's being aided by someone from the Masters of the Nightwind. I'm getting closer to narrowing down who that may be, but it's still unclear whether this person aided the captain out of willingness or coercion. If you learn anything about this during your adventures, please. Oh, something else. The Abyss is the most formidable enemy in all of Teyvat. In the beginning, it took failure and tragedy to even begin to learn how to fight back. All of the methods you've seen in other nations were developed based on experience and insight passed down over generations. We know them to work, but few of us actually understand why. It's the same for the method we use here in Natlan. Ever since ancient times, elemental energy has been one of our most reliable weapons against the Abyss. As for the principles behind it, I'm afraid you might have to seek answers from someone older than the position of Pyro Archon itself. Oh, something else you'd like to ask? That also comes down to the long-standing effects of the Abyss. Our people's survival is inextricably tied to the Wyab, but their power has its limits. They cannot offer our people the same degree of protection outside our borders. In fact, people who do decide to leave often suffer from memory loss and emotional issues. Everyone in Natlan understands this. That's why our people never leave without a good cause. Even if someone is left with no choice, the chief of their tribe must seek approval with the Wyab to grant them leave. And the Wyab have always been very strict about granting that approval. since extending protection beyond our borders means consuming power reserved for our fight against the Abyss. Still, there's no need to worry. The Wyab extend their protection to all within Natlan, including visitors from afar. Oh, something else you'd like to add?
On me.
Ad Astra ab. Thank you for completing. Ad Astra Abbott. Ad Astra.
I see. Thank you so much. The Adventurers Guild has been overwhelmed these days.
No worries at all. We've always valued the strength of adventurers. Given the current situation, it's vital that we all work together. Since we're facing the same enemies, I'll send you the intel we've collected on the Abyss so far. Then we can take a look at how to coordinate our efforts.
All right. Thank you so much.
Hi, Catherine. It's us. Got any new commissions?
Ah, you two have come just in time. I've got some good news. The Pyro Archon has finished assembling her forces and stationed them all across Natlan. Given how the Abyss has ramped up its activities lately, we can no longer afford to act only after receiving news of an invasion. So the Pyro Archon suggested that the Scions of the Canopy and the Adventurers Guild focus on collecting and disseminating intel. That way, we can stay informed of everything that's happening across the land. Once we receive word of enemy activity, we can notify the nearest camp and the stationed forces can take immediate action. Yes, precisely. This should also allow us to focus on gathering information rather than running around and trying to tackle everything at once. So please also take a chance to relax, you two. You've been working hard these days, and this will be a good opportunity for some well-deserved rest.
So that's the plan! Whew, we can finally stop and take a break. Keeping Natlan safe and sound is our priority now. The more can wait.
The movements of the Abyss are always unpredictable. There have also been times when it suddenly became more active in the past. The people here generally see it as something like an acute natural disaster. Once the disaster is over, everyone will return to their normal lives. We just all hope that day will be sooner rather than later.
Oh, right. Most people have no idea just how bad the situation has gotten in the Night Kingdom.
Huh? Is that the Traveler in Paimon? Hello!
Oh, hey, Kachina! Are you feeling better now?
Yep. Now really isn't the time to stay home and recover anyway. I wanted to do something to help. I heard that the PRO Archon is gathering warriors to be stationed in the more remote areas. So I came here to sign up. Don't think I haven't heard about all the things that you've been doing. With everyone working so hard, I've got to do my part too. Oh, by the way, Shilonen told me that she was ordered to forge you an ancient name. She said that she's all set, and we can head over whenever we're ready.
Wow! So we'll finally get to meet Shilonen, the legendary forger of ancient names! Paimon still can't believe anyone could forge those things.
Shilonen is a true master. Not only can she forge ancient names, but also all sorts of new and fun things. She's always got a pile of commissions on her plate, so you usually have to wait a while before she finishes something. In this case, though, she's completely cleared her schedule just to work with you. She wants to give your name her full attention. Well, I've already signed up as a warrior, so all I have to do for now is wait for my assignment. If it's okay, maybe we can go to see Shilonen together? She wouldn't turn me away, right? I mean, I hope she wouldn't.
Hey, have some confidence in yourself, Kachina. After all, you're already a victor of the Night Warden Wars.
On second thought, maybe I'll just find a hole in the ground to jump into and hide for a while.
Huh?
Shilonen, I brought the person who needs an ancient name. She's super amazing, and I've already learned tons of stuff from her. I can vouch that she's really worthy of a hero's name.
Ah, yes, so I've heard. So young, and yet you've already got quite the reputation. Wait, are you Outlanders?
Yep, we're travelers who just arrived in Natlan not too long ago.
No, I mean, I was aware that you're travelers. It's just no one told me that you're Outlanders.
Huh? You're saying the PRO Archon didn't tell you?
No, the only thing she said is that a new hero had pledged herself to the plan, but we need to forge an ancient name to ensure she'd be able to return safe and sound. And she did mention that it would be quite difficult to forge an ancient name for them, but at the time, I thought she was just commenting on my skills. But I seem to understand where the true difficulty lies now. No, I wouldn't go that far. I'm used to it, really. I just need a moment to process things. The PRO Archon's requests are always difficult to fulfill, and we used to argue a lot. Honestly, it's probably for the better that she didn't bring this up at the time. Anyway, I can't argue with her if she isn't here, and it'd be pointless to take my anger out on someone else. But, just because I understand her rationale doesn't make me any less upset. After all, she must have known that forging an ancient name for an Outlander is an impossible task. As you probably know, an ancient name is a symbol of a hero's spirit and glory, which grows even richer and heavier as generations of successors, and we forge ancient names by engraving the heroic deeds of an individual who will become the first hero of that particular name. But they were all performed outside of Natlan, correct?
Yeah, that's right.
Then those deeds haven't been recorded by the Night Kingdom. To take it one step further, even if you had performed heroic deeds in Natlan, as an Outlander, your actions still wouldn't have been recorded by our land. Only memories and experiences that have been acknowledged by the WIAB can be used as a basis for an ancient name. Even the greatest of craftsmen cannot create something out of thin air, you know. That's just how—
Seems the WIAB don't want just anyone to get a name, huh?
Mawika, of all people, should know better than anyone. Yet she's still entrusted the task of forging the ancient name to me.
Oh, Paimon gets it. Nobody's happy being asked to do the impossible.
Why do I feel like this has happened before? I think last time, Shilonen just ended up running dozens of laps around the hills nearby.
Ugh, don't remind me. Let's just focus on how we can pull this off. How to achieve—
You mean you're already willing to accept the task?
Well, what else can I do? What's happened is already done, and it's not like I can outright defy the order of my Archon. If she gave me this order, then she believes the ancient name is an indispensable part of her plan, and that I'll be able to find a way to make it happen. In other words, the order is an affirmation of my abilities.
Whoa, not only has she accepted the task, but now she's looking for silver linings?
Yeah! Let's see if we can find some special way to pull this off. If we really can't make it work, I'm sure we can still go back and talk to the Pyro Archon, right?
The key is getting the WIAB to somehow acknowledge the traveler's existence and record her heroic deeds.
We heard the voice of a WIAB when we were in the Night Kingdom before. We even had a whole conversation with— If we can talk to her again, maybe we can figure something out together.
Well, every tribe has their own WIAB. How do we know if the one you met is indeed the best one for us to talk to? Plus, considering the unprecedented nature of this situation, I have a feeling that the acknowledgement of one WIAB alone would probably not be enough. I don't know. That requires a level of knowledge that I do not possess. We need to find a consultant who's an expert on all things Night Kingdom and WIAB. The first person who comes to mind is Seatlali at the Masters of the Nightwind, the one we call Granny Eatstali.
Oh, we've heard that name before. We used her spirit speaker stone to find Kachina's ancient name. A person who can make something like that must be pretty impressive. I'm unsure she'd be able to help.
Still, she's older now and quite eccentric. It's hard to even book a meeting with her, given that she's constantly holed up in her room and doesn't like to be disturbed. I've heard that to get her help, you have to be extremely patient with her and know how to keep her spirit up.
I hate to break it to you, but...
Huh. Why is that? I mean, didn't she already help you before? And you even managed to save Kachina.
Well, yeah, at the cost of her spirit speaker stone being split into two.
Huh?
Great going, Mawika. We're already off to a rocky start here. In that case, I guess your only option is to try to emphasize that this is an important order from the Pyro Archon. Hopefully, Seatlali would still want to show respect to the Archon. I'll also write you a letter on your behalf. If you can find someone to deliver it and mention some good things about you, then that should help too.
Oh! Let's ask Kanich to deliver the letter. He understands the whole situation, and is already a familiar face to her.
Paimon sure hopes a Hal won't interrupt when he's talking, though.
All right, Kanich is a seasoned negotiator. I trust that he'll know the best things to say.
Great! Then I'll go contact him right now.
Please just give me a moment to write the letter, and we can meet up near the Statue of the Seven Link.
Sounds good! We'll take a stroll in the meantime.
We meet again. Kachina told me everything. I'll deliver the message to the Masters of the Nightwind and convince Sitlali to give you a chance. I'll also take this chance to explain what happened to the Spirit Speaker Stone and offer her an apology in person.
I'm sorry to put this on you, Kanich. It's just that you're probably the only person who knows how to deal with her.
It's alright. We're all working for the sake of the Pyro Archon's plan, after all. Everyone here understands how dire the situation has become.
Oh, wait, so Kachina and the Traveler also know about the plan?
Mm-hmm. Because we all saw a hero of the past rematerialize right before our eyes. And then Moalani said that a ton of knowledge and memory suddenly flooded her brain. The Pyro Archon explained everything when we came back from the Night Kingdom, including the reason behind the appearance of the hero, as well as the current state of the Night Kingdom.
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have already been acknowledged.
Oh, well, then I suppose there's no need to keep any secrets between us. Having companions walk by your side is perhaps the best solace when facing such a bleak reality.
I have another piece of intel to share. We've pretty much identified the person who rescued the captain in the Stadium of the Sacred Flame. His name is Auroron, and he also hails from the Masters of the Nightwind. However, he spent most of his life living out in the wilderness by himself, away from the rest of the tribe. That's why his disappearance went unnoticed. By the time Sitlali finally realized that he was gone, no one had heard from him for quite a while.
Sitlali knows him too?
That's right. Auroron was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind and many other kind-hearted people in his tribe. Still, he's had something of an odd reputation his whole life.
Odd, huh?
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind love to babble about dreams and revelations, they're already a pretty strange bunch to most. I've never met Auroron, but if they consider him the odd one, he's got to be pretty far out there.
That's right. So in that sense, Auroron and Sitlali actually have quite a bit in common, which is why they get along pretty well.
Huh. Makes sense. But Paimon wonders how Sitlali could be the first one to notice Auroron's disappearance if she spends the whole day in her room.
As of now, we still haven't been able to confirm whether Auroron joined the Fatui voluntarily, or if he was coerced. Sitlali is probably eager to prove that Auroron hasn't betrayed his people. I plan to use this as leverage when I go to talk with her.
Huh, so if I'm following, you mean we'll help her investigate Auroron and the captain's whereabouts?
Yes. If you're all on board with the idea, then it becomes a mutually beneficial collaboration, rather than just a one-sided request. Even though I don't think Sitlali is the kind of person to turn down an order from the Pyro Archon, working together with us will help her focus and not get distracted by the whole Auroron situation.
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her one anyway to make up for breaking the Spirit Speakers down.
Ah, this is a pretty well thought out plan. As expected of Molly Poke Kanich. Then, yeah, I'll leave my letter to you. Let's hope Sitlali can meet at the stadium in 2 days.
Sure. I'll head out right away.
Take care out there, Kanich. I'll be heading back as well. There's still a few things I need to pack.
Okay, then let's part ways for now. I'll see you in a couple of days.
We meet again. Kachina told me everything. I'll also take this—
I'm sorry to—
It's alright.
Oh, wait.
Mm-hmm. But the Pyro Archon—
Right. She mentioned there are 6 heroes and that Shilonen is one of 4 that have—
Oh, well, then I
have another piece of His name is Auroron. And he also— That's why his
Sitlali—
That's right. Auroron was an orphan raised by the chief of the Masters of the Nightwind.
Odd.
Given how the Masters of the Nightwind left— I've never met
That's right. As of now, Sitlali is...
Huh, so...
Yes. Even though I don't think Sitlali is the kind...
Yeah! Plus, we kinda owe her...
Then, yeah.
Sure.
Take care out there, Knee. I'll be heading back.
Okay, then...
Weapons need regular maintenance. Take care of them, and they'll take care of you when it matters most.
Oh, it's time to meet up with Shilonen. Let's ask her how things have been.
On me. Huh?
Hey, Shilonen, how's everything going?
Oh, hi, Traveler and Paimon. I have bad news. Sitlali did not reply to our request, although I suppose I'm not too surprised.
Huh? You mean she didn't even bother to give Kenichi a response? Guess she really does have quite the ego then.
Yeah, well, she can be also quite eccentric, though she's one of the most gifted people around. Even the Masters of the Nightwind often struggle to work with her. My guess is that she probably has other reasons for not deigning us with a response. But let's go to the stadium and see if we can meet her there. If we do get a chance to talk to her in person, we can still try to work something out.
That's true. Paimon doesn't see anybody. Seems she's just not gonna show up, huh?
Well, we tried to be as considerate as we could, but she's under no obligation to help.
That might be true, but this is still a request from the Pyro Archon, right? Shouldn't a subject always answer the call of their Archon?
A subject? Well, if you ask me, I'd say we're all more like friends with the Archon. Yes, Mawika is our leader, but that doesn't mean there's any kind of tall barrier between us and her. The only thing is that she often has very high expectations of us.
Huh. So even though she's super powerful, it sounds like she's actually pretty down-to-earth and easy to get along with. Unlike that old hag Granny Eatstily, right? Does she think she can ignore us just because she's famous? You all talk about her like she's some kind of huge deal, but she didn't even bother to reply to our letter! Seriously, if she didn't want to come, she could at least let us know. If that's what aging does to you, Paimon never wants to get old.
Oh, really? So, that's how you see me?
Who's there? Who's talking next to Paimon?
Oh, don't mind me. I'm just a disgruntled old hag, right? Come on, relax. I'm sure my bark's worse than my bite.
Huh? See, Lolly.
Wait, you're Seat Lolly?
Yes, Granny Eatsley. But emphasis on Eatsley, not Granny. You must know this trope from light novels, surely. They use it all the time. The young man who's actually the oldest person in the room. The girl next door who turns out to be a seasoned veteran. The wise sage who looks like a little kid. Oh, wipe that look off your face! You've seriously never seen an older lady that doesn't look her age? Okay, well, don't go thinking it's a trick either. See? I'm barely wearing any makeup.
Did I forget to mention, she's called Granny, but she's actually pretty young. It was an honest mistake. I guess we've just gotten used to it.
I'm sorry. So...
What? How dare you? Don't you know it's rude to ask a lady her age?
Paimon really didn't mean to offend you, it's just that... your case seems really... unique. Oh, Paimon just wanted to apologize, but now she's putting more and more of her foot in her mouth. Really, Paimon just got a little mad since we thought, well... you were gonna leave us out to dry.
It was my idea to invite you here, Seat Lolly. So if you're upset, you can just take it out on me.
All right. I was only joking. I didn't mean to chastise anyone. There's really no need to take all this so seriously. If anything, I'm gonna feel awkward if we keep this going. I received Kenichi's letter and was planning to attend this meeting. Since I had already decided to come, I figured there was no need to draft a reply that simply said, "Understood." Besides, just showing up is the most important part. But it's also natural for people to get held up by one thing or another as they're trying to leave the house. It certainly was a bit awkward to see that everyone else had arrived before me. At first, I was thinking of quietly sneaking over, but since you were already here waiting for me, I started to think about how I should phrase my apology. Only to hear you all talking smack about me. Anyway, that's the whole story. Honestly, it's not like I owed you an explanation.
What's with... was she feeling embarrassed?
When the Masters of the Night Wind say they struggle dealing with her, I wonder if the feeling is mutual. She seems to be pretty awkward herself.
Anyway, Shilonen, I heard that you—
Correct. The situation isn't like anything we've handled before.
I see. So Mawika has asked you to forge an ancient name for an Outlander. Well, that would be a first. And you've also heard all about Auroron. I must say, he's always been a good kid. I can't see him joining the Fatui of his own volition. He must have been coerced somehow.
Yeah, that's what we came here to ask you. We'll help bring Auroron back if you help us solve the problems of forging the ancient name. What do you think?
I suppose I'll just call you Traveler for now. Traveler, come here. Let me take a good look at you. Wealth leads to unending conflicts between people. Yet you alone transcend the value of gold. Baleful thunder and wrathful waves bring terror to mortal hearts. Yet again and again, you've braved them to find new... A weary yet free soul. Even the most verdant leaf in the forest will pray for your happiness and safe passage. Those are all the things that I could see in you. You've experienced far more than even most mortals could dream of. You possess the heart of a sincere hero, along with the conviction to lift a torch above your head and walk headlong into the night. Huh? Don't move. There's something here.
Huh? What thing? Don't scare Paimon. Is the Traveler gonna be okay?
Shoo! That should do it. You've just returned from the Night Kingdom, so some fragments of souls were still stuck to your body. No need to worry. I've just cleared out the last of them.
Isn't that kinda like having part of a ghost come back with you?
It's nothing as serious as that. If left unattended, the most it could do is stir up some chaos in your mind, and generally worsen your mood.
Well, in that case, better to get rid of them.
It was nothing. Shilonen, let's follow your proposal. Once you've brought Auroran back, I'll take you to see the Lord of the Night.
The Lord of the Night? But don't we need to talk to the Wyab of the tribes?
Something this important is beyond their jurisdiction. Only the Lord of the Night can decide whether we can grant an ancient name to one who does not hail from our lands. The Lord of the Night is an ancient entity that rules over the entire Night Kingdom, constantly borrowing the power of the sacred flame to combat corrosion from the abyss.
Oh, so you're basically saying it's even more powerful than the Wyab of the tribes. Well, that sort of makes sense, being the lord of the entire Night Kingdom and all.
Not exactly. It's not so much that one's more powerful than the other. But never mind. That's not important. It would take too much time to explain. Just listen carefully to what I'm about to tell you. The Lord of the Night is currently in a deep slumber, and we can only communicate with its consciousness while in a trance. In other words, in a dream. But I will need to prepare a few more things if we are to hold a ceremony to achieve the state of the trance. I'll make a list. Can any of you get everything for me?
I can go. It'll probably be a long list, so better leave it to someone who knows all the local vendors.
Sounds good. Then we'll go with St. Lolly to track down Auroran.
Phew, the Fatui are nothing to scoff at, so please, be careful during your investigation. If you need any help, just come find me.
Yep, we'll be sure to play it safe.
All right, now it's time for us to catch that brat and bring him back. Oh, I'm sorry I made you wait earlier. It was actually because I decided to swing by Auroran's place to look for clues. He has always lived alone, and I found a broken jar in his house. There was also something off about his phlogiston aphids, which I assume is because their keeper has been gone for quite some time. And interestingly enough, I saw some slash marks in the house that did not match any of our local weapons. My guess is they were left by Snezhnayan arms.
Oh, sounds like the Fatui broke into his house and took him hostage.
But why would they kidnap a kid who just spends his days living in the country and raising aphids? He's only in his 20s. What would they want with him? That's not to say that I believe he's totally innocent, of course. Since he's the only one who was kidnapped out of everyone in Natlan, he must have done something to attract their attention. In any case, we'll get to the bottom of this once we manage to get him back here. I'm truly sorry to put you two through all this trouble with me. But please help me get him back.
You can count on it.
All right, then let's start by heading to where Auroran was seen last.
On me. Any booze in there? Pour me a cup. Ooh. Huh? Try to keep up! On me. Here. 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 Yeah. Here. Yeah. On me. Huh? Ah! Ooh. Here. On me. Huh? Yeah. 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 Here. Huh? Here. On me. Huh? Here. Huh? Here. Huh?
This is the spot. An eyewitness claimed to have seen Auroron speaking to some Fatui soldiers here. I don't know how much you're willing to believe me, but Auroron really is a good kid. I see no reason why he'd suddenly get involved with— I'm convinced that what the witnesses saw was actually the Fatui coercing him. Or perhaps trying to extract information. However, I doubt anyone would believe me, given there are no signs of a fight.
Didn't Kaniche say that she's a big name in Natlan? Feels kinda weird to see her so frustrated and helpless like this.
Auroron? Well, he was left at the side of the road as an infant, and the people of the tribe took him in. You could say that everyone had a hand in raising him. He learned a lot from us. And once he reached adulthood, he built himself a house out in the countryside. He spends most of his days growing vegetables and raising aphids, living off of what he harvests from the garden. He's always been such a good kid. He would even get his friends to deliver whole bags of fresh Oh well, let's keep looking. He's been raising phlogiston aphids for a long time, and since they were disturbed, they secreted a special type of phlogiston. We can use that substance to track his movements. Let's follow the phlogiston trail.
Huh? What trail? Paimon doesn't see anything.
Oh, right. I forgot your eyes don't naturally perceive such things. Here. How about now?
What do you see? Whoa, Paimon can see it now too!
That's right. I used a spell to temporarily transfer a portion of my senses to you. For a short while, you'll be able to see the phlogiston too.
Wow, you can even share your senses with us? First time Paimon's heard anything like that.
It requires a very rare spell that most people aren't adept at. But don't worry, it's a cinch for me. Between the two of you, it seems the Traveler's senses are a bit stronger than Paimon's. When I held your hand just now, I could sense that you've got a great affinity for phlogiston. You're extraordinarily gifted. Anyway, we'll need to use our vision now to track down Auroron. Good luck, you two.
Over here, this way! See, Lolly might say a lot of deep and confusing stuff, but this spell of hers is really something.
What does she mean by deep and confusing? As far as elderly shamans go, I'd say that I'm already pretty easy to talk to. Is there any other old hag who's as fluent in the language of the youth as me? But is my way of speaking still not trendy enough? I've already tried my best to match their speech patterns, but given the looks on their faces, or perhaps I'm still not fashionable enough? But that can't be, right? Don't tell me they're still getting the impression that I'm super old-fashioned.
Huh? Was that Seat Lolly's voice?
Now that I think about it, it's a good thing I found some helpers this time. Some things are best done with the help of friends. Oh? They appear to be feeling quite confident. Looks like our work will go smoothly.
Hey, looks like there's a new camp over there!
Let's go take a look.
Yeah, judging by Paimon's experience as a guide, it definitely looks like people set up camp here.
Wait. The phlogiston here... Let me see.
Paimon sees a small shape here.
This is a distress signal for the Masters of the Nightwind. Only someone from our tribe would recognize it. So, Aurora, we've got to find... leaving such a subtle mark implies that he was trying to be discreet. In other words, he was probably under the Fatui. If they notice us, we can just charge in and fight them to the death. But what if my darling grandson is also there? I can't have him caught in the crossfire. No, I've got to be careful. Otherwise he'd get hit as well. How annoying. No, I've got to stay calm and keep my composure.
There are traces of people staying here too.
Wait a second. The phlogiston around here is jumbled up. I can also smell a mix of elements in the air. Pyro, electro, and some other elements as well.
Kaniche told us that you were super amazing. No wonder you can sense so many more things than us.
It's about time that little brat said something nice about me. There are signs of a struggle here. Judging from what's left on the scene, there must have been a fight. But after that, the factions seem to have gone their separate ways. Both the phlogiston and the elemental traces in the air support that.
Do you still remember the little mark we found before? Paimon's thinking, what if Auroron wanted to leave another distress signal, but was caught by the fatigue?
Given there are two signals leading from here, we should split up. I'll take this direction, and leave the other one to you. Let's meet up again later. Auroron, what the heck were you doing? It's one thing to trouble me, but now I had to bring other people into this as well.
And off she goes! Traveler, did you hear all of that as well? Once Seatlolly left, that voice went away as well. Paimon even tried calling her name inside Paimon's head, but there was no response. So you were thinking the same thing! Paimon also thought that if we could hear what she was thinking, then she could probably also hear what we were thinking in our heads. She did say that she was quite adept at this spell, and it doesn't sound like she's had any trouble with it in the past. Maybe we're a special case and can hear her thoughts as a side effect. If you think about it, she's really got a lively inner world. It paints quite a different picture from Paimon's first impression of her. Paimon sees some traces here. Let's follow them and see if we can find anything up ahead. Did you find something? So we can't tell where Auroron might have gone from here. That's weird. The phlogiston trail suddenly stops. We can't make anything of these footprints either. But he can't have just evaporated into thin air, right? We know he wasn't alone. He had all those Fatui.
So, you can hear the sounds of the wind from beneath the earth. I'm very sorry, but please do not move. I have no desire. I apologize that our first meeting has to take place like this. It's just that you're much like one of those animals with ears that perk up as soon as it senses danger in their environment. And given your combat proficiency, I would not have been able to gain an advantage over you if you were anywhere else in the world. However, you're now in the Night Kingdom, a familiar domain to the Masters of the Night Wind. Hello, traveler. I'm Auroron, the one you've been searching for. Ah, the Fatui's custody. I see. So even Granny has told you that I was coerced by the Fatui. I'm afraid you've been brought here by a lie, like a false omen in the lingering smoke. My friend and I only left those traces to lure you here. Deceiving you was never our true intent, however. It was simply the fastest and most feasible way for us to set up a meeting.
Greetings, traveler from afar.
Be careful with this traveler. Her soul is temporarily restrained by us, and it appears to have become more fragile in the process. It's taking all my concentration to hold on to her.
It was I who tasked Auroron with leaving the traces to lead you here, and I who used the Master's ritual to bring your soul to the Night Kingdom. I've heard much about you from the past encounters you've had with my colleagues. Given the present situation in Natlan, I would like to sincerely request a formal meeting with you. I will use the opportunity to explain my goals and motivations to you, as well as why I mistrust Malwika, the Pyro Archon. I believe there is little reason for you to blindly follow her plan. If you would like to hear our intel, then find us to the east of the stadium. But remember, not a word of this to anyone. I would like to avoid any further conflict.
You will see me again once you return to reality. No matter what I say, please, help me keep this a secret. This is all to avoid dragging Granny into this conflict.
Hey, why are you sitting on the ground? Are you okay?
See, Lolly! She froze for a moment and then just collapsed to the ground!
Could it have been those leftover remnants from the Night Kingdom? Do you have any itches or pain anywhere? Don't worry. We can take a short break. Sorry, I know I asked for your help. But had I known you were feeling unwell, I wouldn't have taken you on this trip with me.
If you're feeling sick, you should just say so. See, Lolly should be able to, exorcise any ghosts or weird stuff that you picked up in the Night Kingdom.
A seasoned traveler must know the importance of not pushing yourself beyond your limit. If you need anything from me, just say the word. In any case, let's take a bit more time to rest now. Need to be more careful next time.
Feeling better yet, Traveler?
All right, let's get ready. I followed my phlogiston trail earlier to a stronghold guarded by soldiers. I have a feeling that Auroron is probably
Oh, so it's close by. Then let's head over right away.
Well, I recruited you to be my helper, which means we're in this together. Like the wind and the clouds. We either move, but if you want to make it up to me, then just be sure to fight extra hard when the time comes.
Huh? On me. Try to keep up.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in the middle of the camp.
That's Auroron. So he really was taken by the Fatui.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming. Don't you have work to do?
I cannot see the sun. Without the sun, I cannot see the truth. You are currently blocking the light, so I must beseech you to move.
Huh? Okay, Mr. Philosopher. That's enough mumbo-jumbo.
Wow. I'm going to rip that guy's...
See, Lolly's struggling to control her temper now.
Are you ready? Let's go kick their butt on my count. 3, 2, 1! Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
Got a bit too cocky. No escape. Let's end this quickly.
Let's light it up! Going in! Why do they never... This is just my...
One shall descend once again.
Wind, hear me!
That's not... Let's end this quickly! No escape! Let's end this quickly!
Barbados, guide us.
Let's end this quickly!
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she sees someone in...
That's a roll.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming.
I cannot see the... Without the sun, I can...
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control...
Are you ready? On my count... Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
I cannot give up.
Time to fulfill my
Take the curse.
Turns out I can die.
Mein Fräulein.
Just sharpen my spear.
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think
That's Aurora.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming.
I cannot see without the sun.
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to
Her on my You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Time to fulfill my duty.
Stay right. Leaving so soon.
Got a bit too cocky.
Everybody stand back!
go as planned.
Let's end this quickly.
Go as planned.
Everyone has their limits. Let's light it up!
Prepare yourself.
Adventure time! Teamwork is dreamwork!
That's gonna look after Mondstadt for me.
Let's not waste time.
Let's light it up! That's gonna hurt in the morning!
Let's end this quickly.
Mondstadt.
No! Did I ruin everything?
Adventure time! Everybody stand back!
No escape. Let's not waste time. Prepare yourself.
Why do they never miss?
So soon. Almost.
I know. Present!
This world is full of unsolved mysteries.
Regular maintenance. Take good care of them, and they'll take care of you. Here.
Look over there.
Huh?
That's Aurora.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Hey, quit daydreaming.
I cannot see. Without the sun.
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to
On Mike. You're still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against!
Almost. Let's end this.
It isn't time for a break yet.
Here.
Prepare yourself.
No slacking off.
On me.
Let's light it up! Off we go! Adventure time!
wipe out!
It isn't time for a break yet.
Off we go! I'm going in!
This time.
Adventure time! Couldn't break the curse.
This should be fun.
Huh?
It isn't time for a break yet.
So soon.
I swear by my sword!
Not breaking a sweat. No slacking off.
No escape.
Hi, Minikyo.
Got a bit too cocky.
Almost. End this quickly. So soon.
Oh,
Oh no.
Turns out I can die.
This is just my luck.
ये मिनी क्यूब देख रहे हो क्या हो रहा है भाई? दे आर सो पावरफुल। लड़ाई कैसे करूं भाई? इनका एचपी देखो। दे आर इजी बट मार नहीं पा रहा हूँ ना। हार गया। कौन सा कैरेक्टर चूज करूं? यार इजी ब्रो, 4 बार हार चुका हूं। क्या दिक्कत है? यूज करना चाहिए। सुक्रोज नहीं है मेरे पे। जीन नहीं चाहिए क्या?
I'll bring my seasonings.
Let's make haste.
जीन तो सही है।
Ready for anything.
Don't disappoint me.
एक को बट भाई मैं ग्लूकोस नहीं है मेरे पास ब्रो। आई नो वार का टैलेंट।
Look over there.
Huh? I don't think she's...
That's Auroron.
All right, we'll take the lead.
90 लेवल ऊपर से शील्ड भाई।
Hey, quit daydream.
I cannot see. Without the sun, I...
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly is struggling to control her
On my Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Huh?
Thunder!
Let's end this quickly.
How the fuck gain all energy again?
Everybody stand back!
If they fucking heal again.
It's nothing. Your life is mine.
अरे ये ओवरचार्ज, अरे ये हील कैसे हो रहा है?
Furious. Can't end here.
Let's end this quickly. This should be fun. Let's not waste time.
Everyone has their limits.
अरे I have no support, brother.
Break the curse.
Blood repays blood. The victor.
मर जाओ सब. Bennett EQ. अरे यार. I have no sucrose. I have no sucrose. I have no sucrose. आपको मिला था. I remember taking. मेरे को कब मिला था भाई? See my character list. Where is sucrose? Got it. Then which character we should use? Then use, okay, I'll try. Lisa? Lisa किधर है भाई? 2 electro, 2 NMO. Lisa. Hyte वाली Lisa है. Okay.
Here, let me help you. In the name of the Prinzessin.
Let's see क्या होता है. Use Fischl, then Jean.
Look over there.
Huh? I'm on fix.
That's Aurora.
M1 or E?
All right, we'll take
I'm not playing on my phone.
Hey, quit daydreaming.
I cannot see without this.
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to.
On my Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
Get into it. Let's end this quickly.
Thunder!
Let's spark things up a little.
By royal decree.
Oh, I have failed.
Turns out I can die.
What?
Come a little closer. Going out is tiring. Oz, reveal thyself. I summon thee.
No rest for the wicked.
I summon thee.
By royal decree. Midnight. One shall descend once again.
Let's not waste time.
अरे यार I'm tired. Fucking भाई इतना हार्ड एनिमी देने की क्या जरूरत है? I think Zin is good. I think Zin is good. ये तो कोई काम की नहीं है भाई. But if you use Bennett, you need to use your best, no compromise.
Huh?
That's Aurora.
All right, we'll take the lead.
Bosses are too much powerful.
Hey, quit daydreaming.
I cannot see without the sun.
Huh?
Wow.
See, Lolly's struggling to control.
On my Still trying to resist? You've got no idea who you're up against.
For slacking. My duty. Almost.
On me.
Why she's dying every time, huh?
Come a little closer.
This quickly.
By royal decree.
As you wish, main Fräulein.
Try not to enjoy this too much.
Let's not waste time.
Come a little. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock. You're in for a little shock.
Let's end this quickly.
No rest for the wicked.
Wind, hear me.
Let's end this quickly. This isn't good.
What?
Maria sweeping in. Can't run. Thunder. Looks like I went too far.
Barbados! Goodness!
Midnight Phantasmagoria.
Oh, finally, I did it.
Granny.
So
know
cringe
she's
fight.
got Granny Eats to leave, but it's still kind of weird hearing someone actually call.
And greetings to you too.
Thanks, Vneeeet,
Granny.
for helping me.
What did you just?
Granny.
How many times have I told you? It doesn't work like that. There are a lot of people who look about the same age as me. You can't go around calling everyone Gramps or Granny.
Oh, wait. He's not a child, is he? Don't tell Paimon he's one of those people who look like an adult but are actually only 8 or 9 years old.
Oh, your words have pierced my heart like a thorned vine. Given how hard those thorns are to remove,
Yeah,
I
I'll
may
show you.
just need
Wait.
to find a pair of tweezers.
Why are you so upset? You can just say yes or no.
Of course I'm not a child. It's just Granny always taught me to show gratitude where it's due. And since the Masters of the Night Wind raised me collectively, I basically see everyone above a certain age as an elder I should look up to. Exactly.
But if you keep that up, then everyone's going to be your senior.
And do you think saying all of this is gonna save you from a scolding, Aurora? Haven't I told you 100 times since you were a kid? Heed the...
Be wary of beasts prowling around, scammers looking for their next victim, and strange people who appear out of nowhere.
Oh, so you do remember, and you just chose to ignore them. I always knew that living on your own was going to get you into trouble sooner or later. But getting kidnapped? That really takes the cake. You won't always be able to rely on other people coming to your rescue, you know. You're just lucky we got here when we did. Or we might be launching another search and rescue operation to find out where they put your severed head.
I'm sorry, Granny. I'll be more careful next time.
Next time? Oh, good one. You think there'll be a next time after this? Not a chance. They didn't hurt you, did they?
By the way, hey,
No,
P game,
they
what's up?
just asked me a lot of
By the way,
questions
मैंने
about
क्यों बहुत
Natlan's
दिनों के
terrain
बाद आप
and
दिखे हो?
made me draw a map
देखो
of the
P game भी
leyline
पूछ रहे, long
distribution.
time no see.
Okay. Now answer me. Archon.
Yes,
So why did you do it?
because they said they would need my help from there on out. They also said that if I refused, they'd just come to you, Granny, and they'd already figured out a way to make you do their bidding.
Hey! I'm no ordinary granny. Would they really dare to come after me? And you! Did the gods give you a brain just for you to not use it? Did you really believe everything they said at face value and not stop to think? Thankfully, the Pyro Archon only asked that we find the mysterious individual from the Masters of the Night Wind and didn't slap
यार,
her
I am
name on a wanted
Voxel.
poster. Don't think for a
Oh,
second that she doesn't know what's
मेरा
happening.
दोस्त इधर आया था, उसका फोन मेरे पास है अभी. अरे इतनी रात को तुम्हारा दोस्त आया था और तुम्हारा फोन उसके पास है, लोल.
Even if the truth that you see will soon manifest into reality, there is still no need to preemptively panic. Have you forgotten the words that I've taught you?
I'm sorry.
Ugh, forget it. We can submit the details of this camp and the defeated Fatui as evidence of your innocence. Let's clean this place up and get back to the city. Auroron, you better remember this lesson well and seriously reflect on your actions. Also, once we return to the city, come to the speaker's chamber with me. I'll need you to explain
और वो
everything.
वॉक्सल भाई मिनी क्यूब क्या सो गया?
Sounds good. Should I
आपके
bring
रूम
some
में
of
है
my
और वो घर
homegrown
चला गया?
vegetables as well?
You're...
Yes, I grow a lot of fresh produce in my garden. I hope the Pyro Archon won't be too picky about the select.
Now's not the time to be thinking about that. If you do come face to face with the Pyro Archon, the first thing you should do is...
Recite the 3 warnings.
ये क्या था? शायद 3 या 310 तक चला जाए. कौन चला जाए?
Huh? No! You should emphasize that you were not in cahoots with the Fatui!
How exactly
मैं
did the
पूछ रहा हूँ कि
masters
वो
raise
आपके
this guy?
रूम पे है या चला गया घर?
Oh.
अच्छा उधर ही है. लोल.
On me.
बकरे, प्यारे बकरे कैसे हो? अपनी सवारी कराओगे बकरे? प्यारे प्यारे बकरे, सवारी कराओगे? हाँ, सवारी कराओगे बकरे प्यारे प्यारे? ओहो.
On me.
आपके रूम में है. ज़्यादा पढ़ाई मत करो, ज़्यादा पढ़ाई मत करो बाबू. भाई लेट नाइट स्टडी.
I see. So Auroron came to the captain's rescue because he promised to help him in exchange for Lali's safety.
That's right. I'm sorry.
Oh, Auroron is a pyro character or electro character.
Now that you know Auroron was only trying to protect another
Did you
member of
do
his
tablet
tribe,
today?
could I ask you to petition the Pyro Archon
Tona?
for her forgiveness?
I didn't understand. What is tablet of today, Tona?
We'll give her a full report. We'll let you know once she's reached a decision.
Will I need to stay here?
Technically, yes. But if Miss Lali is willing to serve as your guarantor, then we can release you from custody.
Sure. I'd be happy to do that. I don't have any more time to waste here. I still have other things to do.
Understood.
So he's
Thank you very
electro.
much. Mr. Auroron, please report back to the Speaker's chamber as soon as you've received notice of the Archon's decision.
I understand. Thank you. And thank you
Well, at least you won't need to hide your face anymore.
Traveler, Paimon, thank you very much for your help. And don't worry, I haven't forgotten about my side of the deal. Once
अच्छा ये
Auroron
4-star
is
character
settled,
है.
I'll go talk to Shilonen and get started on forging an ancient name for you.
What is this? Did you do tablet of today? What is this, Voxel?
Oh, thank you.
You scratch my back, I scratch yours. It's as good as done. You can just go twiddle
I'm
your
not
thumbs or
interested,
something
Minikyu,
while you wait
on
for the
Linia.
good news. Bye for now. Come with me, Auroron. We've got to find you a place to stay for the night.
Tablet of
Goodbye,
Tona.
Other Granny.
Is this his new event? Please Nike. Please nuke.
We're finally done. Alright, it's time to find some grub. Huh? What is it, Traveler?
Don't give me spoiler, Minikube. Sorry, Voxel.
What? That captain? Sorry. Paimon just didn't see that coming. So you really saw him in the Night Kingdom? And that Auroron, what is he up to? He sounded earnest.
Okay, try her in less than. हाँ, अभी तक मैंने वो complete नहीं करा.
Happening. All that stuff about
Time ही नहीं मिला यार,
Lali
Voxel.
and being forced to help the Fatui when he's actually been a willing accomplice all along. Yeah, you're right. Still, Paimon appreciates you telling her about this. Paimon will support your choice no matter what, so if you want to go, we can go. We still have another whole day before the meeting, so we'll just meet with them when the time comes.
Linia is a cringy. क्या बोलते हो उसे? Cringy character यार. Wait till next day. वेट अंटिल, अबे यार 20 बजे। इसमें टाइम थोड़ा उल्टा चलता है राइट, हमारे टाइम के हिसाब से नहीं चलता है। हाँ वेपन की बात कर रहे थे ना, मैं दिखाता हूँ। मैंने फाउंटेन से ये वेपन लिया था। विच वन इज गुड, टाइडल शैडो और प्रोटोटाइप आर्केनिक? You can read out here. White crushing wave after the white shield. Crush on hit on normal or Did you get his weapon skin? No voxel। ये स्किन तो मैंने फाउंटेन से ये किया है, फोर्ज किया है।
I like to drink on occasion. Any and every occasion. Huh?
You can get free weapon skin from where? Minicube 5-star weapon की बात कर रहे हो क्या?
Weird. Paimon doesn't see anyone. Oh, please don't let this be a trap.
Guide me how to get 5-star free weapon.
What was that?
Good evening. Nice to see you again.
It's you. You shouldn't pop up from behind people like that. What are you, a ghost?
I'm terribly sorry. It's just a
Vex
force of habit.
weapon. Look like signature. How to do that?
You apologizing all the time. You sound
We not
so
cry
polite
defeat a
and
boss.
honest, but you're actually doing shady
Okay.
stuff behind people's backs.
You're right. Granny tells me that too. Huh. Come to
I'll
think,
try
I don't
after
blame you
completing
for-
the Natlan
Sometimes
minicube.
you two sound really similar, you know.
Oh, so you're gonna call Paimon Granny too now?
Well, I could.
First, I need to complete
It's all
Natlan
clear.
whole story.
Over to you.
Excellent. The fact that you showed up proves that I was right about your character. Yet, there's been a lot of talk about you. Child told me that you're passionate about the unknown and willing to take risks. Rather than facing you as an enemy, I would much prefer to bring you to my side. If we allow the current state of things to continue, we will inevitably clash. And that's a scenario that I'd very much like to avoid.
और बताओ मिनीक्यूब एग्जाम्स कब खत्म होंगे?
I've long heard of your exploits across the nations. Though you have crossed swords with my colleagues many times, I know that you are by no means an unreasonable person. And once you've learned the truth that the Pyro Archon Malwika would never willingly share with you, you may just find it in your heart to consider my proposal.
Yeah, you finally build Varka, nice.
I assume you've already been informed of the Pyro Archon's plan. In order to defeat the Abyss and save Natlan, she still needs 2 more heroes to appear.
Wait, how did you know that? Never mind. Guess that's not important.
I've long kept a close eye on her plan. To be frank, it's an exceedingly risky plan. Will the heroes really appear? And even if they come to her, will their power be enough to drive the Abyss back?
अरे यार मेरा भी क्रिट रेट बढ़ा दो ना। I'll show you my Varka build.
If any part of the plan goes awry, all of Natlan, even all of Teyvat, will pay for her mistakes. Now, you may have been led to believe that this is the only plan available to her. But what if I told you she's had another emergency plan all along, the details of which she has chosen to keep hidden from you?
An emergency plan?
Yes. A way to keep Natlan intact, even if her original plan fails. But given the painful cost of its execution, she has chosen to keep it as a mere backup plan. Whether this stems from hesitation, fear, or even naivete, I cannot say. But Natlan cannot afford to wait until she comes to her senses. My fear is that given the enormity of the decision, she will be reluctant to confront the dire reality we face until it is too late.
Don't give me the spoiler
There will be no time
mini
left
को
to
please.
execute the backup plan, and all of Natlan will be lost to the abyss. We have to make the decision for her, here and now.
Yeah, do you have any evidence for all this? Just telling us a bunch of scary stuff isn't enough. Besides, wasn't it you who tried to seize the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa clan?
I knew you'd be clever enough to see. That's right. I did not seek the Gnosis for the Tsaritsa. Since I was defeated in battle, I must put to rest my thoughts about the Gnosis. But even so, my desire to save Natlan remains, and now, I have found a new way to solve the crisis. We can implement it immediately if we reach an agreement.
Someone's here.
Huh? The captain disappeared!
Something is rapidly approaching.
Something? Bad news, chump. It's your granny.
See, Lolly?
I knew something was amiss after we were separated. Hidden ceremonial tools, an unconscious traveler. I must say, I'm very curious about what you're up to. How dare you go behind our backs like this, Auroron? Colluding with... Oh, here we go again. Cat got your tongue, huh? You really think you can avoid a scolding just by staying...
I'm not trying to avoid anything.
Oh! And now you're talking back. Well, go on then. Explain yourself. What the...
I'm sorry, Granny.
You! That's it! Where are my tools? I swear if I don't teach you a lesson right here and now...
Wait, see, Lolly! Please, calm down. We, still learned a lot of info, didn't we? Like the fact that the captain isn't trying to seize the Gnosis anymore. So, maybe just save the scolding for later, okay?
Listen well, Auroron. You're only getting out of this now because of the Traveler's plea. This isn't over. You're right, Traveler. Let's go. We can discuss this more back in the city. You two keep an eye on Auroron for me.
भाई ऑरोरॉन तो कैसा दिख रहा है यार. This is my Varka. I'll show you my Varka build. देखो. Voxel. Attack 1, 3, 4, 6. क्रिट रेट 46 हो पाया. तुम्हारा क्रिट रेट कितना है? हाउ यू विल गेट क्रिट डैमेज 187? क्रिट रेट तुम्हारा कैसे इंक्रीज हो गया भाई 180? Vneeeet are you there? कहाँ चले गए भाई?
In all my years, I've never had a child cause me so much grief. Do you seriously not see what's at stake here? You've got a head on your shoulders, Auroron. Why did you help the captain? No answer? Think you're being smart? Then let me ask it. Really? Just use your brain for a second. What do you possibly stand to gain by helping the— You've always been a good kid. Why would you throw that all away now? If you're worried about something, just talk to me. Granny would much rather we—
Why is he staring at us all of a sudden?
I'm sorry that you have to hear all this. You're very kind. Most people would have fled by now. Not everyone can handle Granny's scolding.
Oh? You dare gossip between yourselves instead of listening to me?
Sorry.
Sorry, Granny. Sorry, Granny. You know what? Fine. I'm perfectly aware that everything I say goes in one ear and out the other. You're all grown up now, so why would you listen to an old hag like me?
Hey Kush, what's up? How are you? क्या कर रहे हो जाग के इतनी देर तक? कल तो कॉल करा तो उठा ही नहीं और अभी इतनी देर तक जाग के हो. सब ठीक है ना घर पे?
You say all the right things, but then you go and completely ignore me. Well, if that's how you're going to treat me, you can stop sending Aoife over to my place to deliver your stupid vegetables. I don't need anything from you.
अरे मैंने क्यों, मैं तुम्हें अपना वार्का का बिल्ड दिखा रहा था भाई. थोड़ा स्ट्रीम पे पीछे जाओ. हाँ ठीक है, ओके वाईफी. तो अचानक से नींद कैसे खुल गई?
Who's Aoife? A delivery person?
That's irrelevant. The point is, he hangs out with this kid, so he must be no good. You kids get to a certain age and suddenly act like you know it all. There's nothing I can say to get through to you.
आपको नींद नहीं आ रही क्या? नींद आ रही है बट थोड़ा सा पेन है, तो दर्द के चक्कर में नींद नहीं आ रही, तो मैं लेटे लेटे स्ट्रीम कर रहा.
Auroron, if you're still thinking about that so-called duty, then please, just forget about it. The ley lines did not fall to this state because of you. And we've long closed the book on that incident.
Seems they've started talking about some kind of tribal history. I'm starting to get lost.
That's not it, Granny. I know you tend to get down on yourself when you're upset, but I can tell I really hurt you this time. All I can say is I'm sorry.
His voice. Auroron! Where have you gone?
It sounds like he's somewhere super far away, but isn't he right here in front of us?
I'm really sorry. It's up to all of us to do everything we can to save Natlan. So I've got to go.
Get back here this instant! Auroron! What is this? Powder from plant spores? Is that the trick he used?
Rombo still going for Loma and Nefer. Yes, Minikube.
What just happened? How was he able to suddenly get so far away like that?
Yes, Minikube.
It's a trick of his. If you grind spores into a powder and spray it in the air, it can be manipulated to create an illusion. He pulled it off flawlessly. He must have put a lot of time into perfecting it. Don't tell me that's how he's been hunting in the fields these days. Oh, little brat. That's it. The next time we meet, I'm definitely going to break his leg.
Whoa, that's a little
I'm only
extreme.
wishing on their banner because I need Yunkoi.
Why does he feel like he needs to run from us? If his goal is also to protect Natlan, then can't we work together?
Then I'm going for Mavuka and Dorin.
I'm sorry for interrupting your conversation with them earlier. But even if you'd been able to hear them out, there's no guarantee you would have gained anything substantial. Auroron probably did everything he could to get away because he knew I'd get the truth out of him sooner or later. Oh, that...
The Colombina on her rerun in 6.7 मतलब कितने दिनों के बाद कोलम्बिना कितने मंथ के बाद आ रही है या कितने दिनों के बाद बता सकते हो?
We've got quite a long walk back to the city. Let's take our time. It'll give me a moment to figure out how to explain all this.
I'm going to end my stream now, Minicube. Can you please answer my question? This is my वार्का build. अगर Minicube तुम देख रहे हो तो वार्का को मैं और इम्प्रूव कर सकता हूँ क्या? फिर चले गए क्या? Are you there? Oi, Voxel, are you there?
On me. On me.
Let's take it slow. Where you go, I go too. And if you hit the bottom, I'm going down with you. Let's take it slow. Who cares where we gotta be? You know you'll have a good time wherever